primary control of critical functions. Go and run up. The clock is started. 5, 4.
Hello and welcome to Roll to One. My name is Jaden. If you're watching this VOD, you're awesome. If you're watching this on YouTube Music, you're awesome too. And if you're watching this live, you're my new best friend. JD just threw our new edition into the chat, or he's about to, or he will. He did. There's a Discord. We're looking to build community with you so I can get to know the people that roast me behind the scenes. So please like and subscribe so that you can join our awesome community as well as on Discord. We also have merch. It's cool. It's fairly cheap is what I'm being told. I went on there. $25 ain't bad for a good shirt.
Yeah, and they're real soft.
Because they are really soft shirts. But they're more D&D fun things, and if you let us know in the comments, then we'll definitely do some Ragtag merch. It's just that's what Discord's for.
Yeah, tell us in the Discord.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think let's do it. We're live. This is Star Wars stuff with JD, Jackson, Zane, and myself, Jaden. And let's get ready for tonight's episode of Star Wars Ragtag. I feel like I'm never that succinct with intros. It's like I forgot jokes.
And then he just pontificates after the fact.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm never that succinct, so now I'm just going to vamp a little bit.
Let's breathe.
I'm just going to let the audience give them their moment. Earlier, before this episode, I asked them how many beans. And we did find out the answer is 52.
Total.
52 total. We had separate answers, but together that's 52, and that will come up later. So,
wow. Should we ask them about how
if you, tonight, whoever's watching the live stream, I'm DMing, so sorry. But if you are noticing the live stream and you do find out that we have more beans being added, that will impact the end of this episode.
What?
So if somebody says a number, that many numbers gets added to the beans. And I promise it's not beans. So if somebody said... Oh, that's me. But there will be more beans. More beans equals more fun. So... let me know how many numbers, and that's how many beans. So, enjoy that. Okay. The crew last episode discussed their next mission, which involved infiltrating Greylash's droidworks. Xena, she's a bit of an evil person. Maybe not, maybe yes. She has white lightsaber, though. She informed the crew about the mission to stop Silith Greylash, a cyborg obsessed with creating a droid army. The crew participated in a tag team fight tournament on Cloud City to gather information about Greylash. They then entered said tournament, aiming to win credits and gather intel, facing various opponents, including a Basilisk and a Shista Venin, which is basically just a werewolf. The crew won the tournament, earning credits, and returning the lightsaber back to our Jedi friend. Afterward, the crew prepared to infiltrate Greylash's droidworks. Drex's blaster was modified to include properties of a Geonosian sonic blaster. The crew gained access to the droid workshop by convincing a Duros technician to lower the shield gate. They encountered Greylash, who offered them a chance to transcend into cybernetic beings. A confrontation ensued, with the crew attempting to disable Greylash and his droids. They battled Greylash to his doom. Drex used a thermal detonator to create an opening for escape, and Xena retrieved the key to deactivate the droids, aiding in their escape. The session ended with Tanzai losing an arm during the escape. And if at any point you mention more numbers for beans, I would hope that they interrupt me, because it is important that they do.
Okay.
There's only been one additional person that said anything about beans,
Okay.
but it was this guy right here.
Has Jackson said beans? He added any numbers?
He did not add. He
Okay.
subtracted 44.
You're subtracting
I
44?
put negative
No.
44.
There are no taking away beans. Once beans have entered the arena, the beans are added to the tally.
Beans eternal.
The eternal beans.
Yep.
There's somebody asking specifically kidney or jumping. It doesn't matter at this point. We just need numbers. We
beans.
need yes,
Lime or
Yeah.
pinto?
yes to all of
them.
beans.
Okay.
All varieties.
As silly as I'm making this sound, it's kind of important. So if you add beans, that's helpful.
Oh, then please add beans.
It's helpful to me.
Oh, then do not add any beans.
Consider adding beans.
We're currently at 52.
Let's get to 100 with one bean at a time. So go ahead and just engage that chat.
Right.
Throw in some decimal
Plus one.
points.
Plus one.
All right, let's get down to it. So you guys had just pulled yourselves out of the factory, narrowly escaping an explosion. Cloud City in fire, in flame. You see as ships begin to fly over, releasing some sort of coolant fluid upon the building proper, and is now being extinguished. As you all cling to your lives or wounds, you're dragged away. Of course, Tanzai in pain? Question mark? Or is he? What's his vibe?
I was gonna wait just momentarily until you were done with the intro, and then just.
So Tanzai screams unapologetically.
Yeah.
Now,
So yeah, he hurts bad.
do you scream? Do you scream enough that there is a? Would you respond to medical personnel walking in your direction, or would you four, as Xena is nearby as well, would you guys like to be away from them, or do you let them engage with you?
So
They look at you and they walk over with stretchers and just in casers.
Can I? Oh, go ahead.
Go right ahead.
I was gonna wonder, is there an action I can take to know whether or not his race is going to die of blood loss the same way a human would in this situation?
I'm not sure the color of his blood. That is a Jackson question.
That is not a me question. I don't think we've seen it.
Okay.
That's true.
What color is your blood?
Yep.
It's canon.
I'm just gonna say kind of a greenish black.
Very safe answer. Greenish black.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll go with that.
So he's
It's different
spewing
than the
greenish
lore.
black blood.
We have a reason.
Is there a roll you can make?
Like spout
you
lore or
for
something?
sure can discern realities or spout lore.
Realities. Probably discern realities because I don't know the lore.
Are we in danger anymore or no?
I will say that for lack of a better word, no.
Okay.
You're not in danger per se. Now you could get yourselves in more danger, but you're not.
And discern realities is plus
And it's plus wisdom.
wisdom.
What kind of roll would I need to make to cauterize the wound?
If you want to cauterize the wound, just tell me. You have a lightsaber.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you'd make me roll for that.
All right, Tanzai, he draws the lightsaber and just...
So the Tanzai screams at the initial pain of it being ripped off, but then he realizes very quickly that that's causing people to pay attention, and so he sees Jeev light the saber up, and he just leans into it. He's like, "Yeah, let's just fix this real quick right now."
and it cauterizes aggressively.
And for the record, Kyozo blood is either green, olive, pinkish, or tan.
And yours is
So-
greenish.
Yep. So green.
Interesting.
Right on. And you rolled?
I need to get my character sheet here, but it's a straight 7.
7. You don't have any wisdom, I'm sure. 7. Okay, so what happened here recently? What is about to happen? What should I be on the lookout for? You have one question. What's your vibe?
What should I be on the lookout for?
What should I be on the lookout for? In regards to Tanzai, that is the context of what you were looking for.
In between him and the medics, do
Yeah,
we
yeah,
need them?
You should be on the lookout for people who are gonna start asking questions. You don't see any detectives right now.
Mm-hmm.
You do see the paramedics kind of clock you three and then make a note, like you could see somebody squint a little bit more and then walk away. You know that they made a mental note.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, he's fine. He's fine. Come on, guys. Let's get out of sight.
Yeah, and
Agreed.
I'll just kind of hobble away.
And we'll
Okay.
Yeah,
shoulder him
Yeah, I'll be like, I'll just kind of wave with my good arm.
with his good arm.
Yeah, and so Xena walks over and says, in her way, she says, "You took quite." What's her vibe? She have like a.
It's been a month, man.
It has been a month. I should have
seemed-
watched
if
it.
I remember correctly, she's just very much more just like apathetic. She's kind of like
she's like, what happened?
robot. One of Greylash's little minions ripped my arm off as we were running away.
She was there. How does she not know what happened?
She was too busy running away. Is this going to be a hindrance?
We'll find out.
And so she like kind of walks back to the main location with you all. You all get back to your hideout, right? And in the hideout are of course some other friendly people. We have Tila Voss, Sky, Gruss Marvac, Lix Banto, and Trix Banto. So those are our people aside from Xena. As you all approach the sort of junkyard that you are holding up shop.
Grab my sheet real quick.
Now, in this junkyard right now, you see that the ship is being prepared. Is a sort of just in case everybody's ready to go, just in case that mission went south, right? And as you guys arrive, it's a small Lix Banto and his and your friend Trix. Lix Banto says, "The ship is all good, sirs."
We probably need to get out of here as soon as we can.
Where to?
I have no idea.
Are we going to disregard what we were supposed to be doing? We were supposed to be doing this for the mayor. Xena pipes in.
Can you give me a refresher on the context
Of course.
of what we're doing?
Pulling it up right now. If you recall, Silith Greylash, a former Imperial engineer turned cyborg, took control of this sector's droid security network, and you guys sort of shut that down, the central computer with a bomb, as you do, and his ultimate goal has been thwarted. But the mayor, Mayor Dern, a prominent politician in the city,
That's what
wanted to
Dern
retrieve a
was.
security key from Greylash, but he had worn it in his armor, and you have retrieved it. You and Xena, coming in and stealing your thunder, and now she says to you all, "I can return this now, unless you would like to leave and throw away our hard work."
Let's not be too hasty. Just got a little excited there for a minute.
I'm in shock. Forgive me. I lost an arm.
We'll get you a new one. Don't worry about it.
You see as Sky walks up to you, and he pokes your recent wound, and he just looks at it and goes,
Who does?
"Sky, the
droid?
super tactical droid."
Yeah, so I just forcefully push him off. Watch it.
Okay.
It's pretty rude, man.
It's new.
It's been there the whole time. It's just missing part of it.
That's true.
So anyway, you all are able to sort of rest and regain any hit points you desire to heal, basically. So should you need to get them back in this moment, unless you have done that. But between adventures, you're able to recover. And so in the midst of this, she goes away, Xena does, and returns at, I'm going to say she returns in like 3 days' time. So in those 3 days, let me know kind of what you guys were doing, if you wanted to have any particular interactions, or you're just laying low.
So, if I remember correctly, like early on, we kind of decided that there was some kind of like, there was space in the ship for me to like have like kind of a, not necessarily like a dojo kind of situation, but like somewhere for me to like
A sparring
practice.
ground
Yeah.
type of space. Yeah.
So that's what I will be for the majority of this time, just practicing like strikes and whatnot with my blade with just the one arm, and seeing what I can do, what I can't do.
So you enter the ship and you see a stack of what look like barrel shells with piping that have been sort of stabbed into them. And these barrel shells are around this large sort of tubular thing that has a big, heavy base. And so as you see these two barrels sort of spin, and attached are like these like pipes, right?
Yeah.
And then around these pipes you see is a small Trix Banto affixing sort of rubber wrapping, and she finishes up sort of like a light weld to sort of melt the rubber there, then caps each of these pipes, turns around, sort of gives you a salute, and you have like one of those like
Sweet.
sparring devices
Yeah.
that you can sort of practice by yourself.
Sweet. So yeah, he'll go to town on that and see what he's capable of, still able to do, what adjustments he needs to make to his fighting style and whatnot.
Do you believe that you would have a penalty?
So I was thinking about that because he's right. So I guess, you know what? Let's make this interesting. How can we roll to see if he's right-handed or left-handed, and which arm he lost?
Well, my thinking is that the majority of people in the world, and I don't know how Kyuzo are, but we're going to just go ahead and say that we're going to use human vibes. They have... Majority of people are right-handed, right? So let's just say, I don't know, I don't want to do the math, I don't want to look it up, and I don't want to be wrong. So I'm just going to go ahead and say if you roll a d6 and it's 1 to 2, you're left-handed.
Okay. It's a 6, so I'm right-handed.
Okay, he's right-handed. Now, when you were running away, you were grabbed by the arm and it was pulled off.
Correct.
Now, why? I don't remember the context.
So I was running. I had my blade because I hadn't sheathed it, and I had taken my hat off and was holding it because I think you went down or had stopped for some reason, or we're not running as fast or
Shoot
whatever.
to hit the gate, but he had to stop to shoot.
Yeah, and so I stopped behind him when the blast happened to put my shield up to block both of us. So my left arm would have been closer to the explosion versus whatever.
Well, you said there was something that pulled it off. I don't remember exactly what happened.
One of the bots. They
one
were
of the
pushing,
robots.
They were pushing through the force field.
Right. So do you think that the robot grabbed your blade arm or your shield arm?
I mean, I would think it would be the shield arm because that would be closer.
Sure. Okay.
But-
so the robot basically went around the shield and began to just pull.
Kinda
and
grab whatever it could reach.
And a part of that, you sort of put the hat back on and try to get it off, and in the midst of that, you lost your left arm.
Okay, fair enough. So in that case, as far as a disadvantage or a penalty to that, maybe balance-wise, but
What we could say is we could say you have a narrative penalty.
yeah, because
You struggle to cover your left side, and you
That's fair.
well, we can sort of appeal to those types of moments
that's fair.
rather than any mechanical detriment.
I'm cool with that.
All
right.
Is there a reason that we've been... Because I feel like in the Star Wars universe, we'd have gotten you a prosthetic.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why we can't on Cloud City right now?
You for sure could, but that would be a question for Tanzai and how you guys approach that.
Yeah, and I think at the moment, he remembers that the medical personnel clocked us, and then we're like, hey, don't worry about it, we're fine. But then all of a sudden, I go looking for an arm, like that might raise a couple of flags. So at least for the time being, I think he's like, and just his general, what's the word I'm looking for?
Demeanor.
MO is like, we'll figure it out later. Like I can power through this inconvenience at the moment.
Yeah.
He does not feel like it's going to be detrimental. He just has to figure it out, and then if it comes to it down the road, then yeah, we can definitely look at that as an option for sure. But I think he feels that it would draw too much attention at this point in time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'd be like, I'm fine, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out.
Suit yourself.
While Tanzai continues to spar, practicing with his one arm, what are the likes of both of you doing?
I mean, I'm I think Jeeves definitely gonna be checking in and out on Tansai, making sure he's okay, not really losing it. Other than that, probably just spending time with Tila.
Okay. Great. What are you doing?
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Brown chicken, brown. Wow.
What is Drex doing?
I'm probably practicing with his new blaster attachment and doing just putting feelers out, seeing how the city's doing.
Great. You all are in your ship when Xena returns. Xena returns with a smug look on her face, and she sort of nonchalantly, in her very revealing dress, claps her hands up and down, getting off metaphorical dust, and says, I did it. I killed 2 swamp rats with 1 stone.
Are you going to share?
I have found us a job and a place to lie low. We could head to a place called Ord Mantell. Have you heard of the like?
Of course.
Beforehand, yes.
Yes, it's a planet in the galaxy's mid-rim. Give us access as the capital of the Bright Jewel system. We can get in contact with Durga the Hutt. He has recently come into possession of a hologram of Krokul Ma.
Oh.
Figured that might be of interest to us.
Very much so.
Hologram or holocron?
Hologram, showing us his visage.
I thought he was just some kind of weird cult icon.
I thought he was dead. Is this like a memorial?
It might give us some information. It said that the hologram had some sort of important act caught on its capturing device. We might be able to insight what happened to him at some point during his life. I figured I put out feelers for, as you say, Krokul Ma, and this is what I've found. It's not much, but it's interesting.
It's worth a look.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get out of here before the heat catches up with us.
Yeah, speaking of heat, it is a bit of a dry planet. That's not going to be a problem, is it?
I would not imagine so.
No.
All right. And she says, I'm going to be staying behind.
Why is that?
I have useful contacts here. I'd like to stay. But I'll be giving you... And she sort of walks over to the front of the computer because we're on the ship. She types a couple of buttons and says, in an emergency, I can be contacted here. Should you have trouble on Ord Mantell, yes, do let me know. However, I'll be, of course, late.
Noted.
All right. I guess it's time to hit the sky. Not this guy. The sky.
That's what I was thinking.
And Sky just like backs up a little bit. Again.
It's a joke, Sky.
You see as Grusk...
And I just rub him with my nub as I walk. Sky, not Grusk.
Sky. I was like, Grusk walks up and says, it's dry?
Apparently so.
I heard Ord Mantell was temperate. Can we trust it?
I mean, in our line of work, you kind of don't trust anything ever. But it's the information we've got.
And little Trix Banto goes, Type 1 atmosphere, breathable, standard gravity, we'll be fine.
See? Nothing to worry about.
And
And I'll rub Grusk with my nub.
and he goes,
What? What are you doing?
I really don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. And then I just walk away.
You could always have Grusk get you a new arm while we're on a job.
I think he's having a bit of a crisis, you know.
Okay.
I mean, I lost your sister and now my arm is just awful. I say, he says as I'm walking away, like completely just messing with him.
Trix Banto goes, So no arm? And she begins disassembling fingers.
I wouldn't disassemble it. Let me figure this out.
She closes the hand and holds up the thumbs up.
Nice.
And then just like puts it back in her little sack.
Fair.
That's funny.
Proportionally large set.
Yeah, it's very large. Wait, that was
her.
definitely a little piece of that story. Yeah, so she walks away. You guys are all together, and of course the crew convenes, and you guys begin to take flight in space. It's a simple excursion to the mid-rim. There's not a whole lot of issue, except if you're possibly famous. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make a dice roll. And I believe it is very similar to rolling plus charisma. And I believe it has to be done by the person who has the highest charisma.
Oh. Yay.
I got one.
I have 2. Ha. Charisma's my thing, man.
Yep. I think it's called
Except not in orbit.
Outstanding
Charisma's terrible.
Warrants. Outstanding Warrants. Returning to a civilized place in which you've caused trouble before. The mid-rim being a place that you guys have caused trouble before. So the most notorious, roll plus charisma.
The whole rim?
The whole rim.
Damn.
It's just more like the vibes.
7.
Do you want it +2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you-
7.
7?
Yep.
Word has spread of your group's troublemaking.
Was he wanting to roll low?
And
Yes.
yes. And everyone recognizes you, but no one wants to turn you in.
I like that one.
On a 9-. What? Does that mean 9- is like everything else? The GM chooses a complication? Or is that just on a 9?
So-
on a 9 the GM chooses a complication? Or is that 9-? No, it's 9-. What does that mean?
You must roll on a 7+. Word is spread on a 9.
So it's 7 to 9 essentially?
I guess.
So I got to choose a complication.
Or is it 7 through 9?
No, it's not 7.
7
It's
plus
7
word
plus.
spread of your group troublemaking, and everyone would recognize.
So, yeah, so-
9 minus GM chooses complication.
So yeah, if it's under a 9, there's a complication. If it's over 7, nobody's. So basically, if you roll,
So he's
10,
famous. You guys are famous enough.
and nobody's turning us in, but there is a complication.
I see.
Are we counting beans?
Do we have any beans in the chat?
No, I looked just a second ago. No,
Right now
there's
it's
no
still
beans.
52 beans.
Okay, so it's only chat beans.
You guys can't add more beans.
Okay.
No.
You guys started the number at 52.
He saw me going for it.
If you're wondering what that is, if you tell me in the chat that there have been added beans, then that's important. And then I will add to the number 52. Can only go up from here. And more is good for me.
So, as it stands, if you would have rolled a 10 or higher, everybody recognizes and nobody turns us in, and there would be no complications. However, 7+, word has spread, everyone recognizes you, but no one's turning us in. But there is a complication because it was under a 9.
Cool. I like it.
I don't.
All right. So you guys are in. You guys are along one of these hyperspace routes, and you're hyperspacing, and then you guys get like a. It's like a toot-toot on your computer device.
Go ahead, Michelle. Tell us how many beans you want to add.
Oh, yeah, we need to know, Michelle. But keep in mind, Michelle, it's for the GM's benefit. I don't know how that's going to affect us.
You guys may benefit from more beans.
So just
may.
Don't go too large. Like, don't say a billion beans.
Now, here's the real question. Do I say... I'm not going to limit Michelle to just one time. She can add
As many
2
beans as she
beans
wants.
now and 10 beans later
That's fair.
and 2,000 beans following. I do not care. Every time beans have entered the chat, I add more beans.
You're just capping us off.
Right.
Yes.
Fair enough. All right, Michelle. Do your best. Do your
This
worst.
is important.
Can Michelle add 10 billion beans?
She
12.
She added 12 beans.
12.
We
12
have
beans?
12
All
more
right.
beans
12
in the
beans.
All right,
chat.
so that's
64.
64 total.
64 beans.
And counting.
Okay.
That's a stack in Minecraft right there.
That it is.
64
Oh, nice.
beans.
64 bean processor.
Not telling you yet. It is 64 beans. All right. So, you guys get a beep.
Yes. So We hit the button that's beeping to like get the message.
Yes, and it is a stormtrooper. Stormtrooper says, "You have entered Imperial airspace." What? Oh, state your business. I got it.
Well, Mr. Charisma.
I'm thinking. Hi, yes, we're here for a cargo drop-off.
Cargo? What are you delivering?
Food and supplies.
I see. Are you? Do you have a merchant's license for Ord Mantell?
Yes. License number is 8675304.
Thought for a second there you were Stacy's mom. No, he doesn't say that.
Stacy's mom?
He doesn't say that.
8675309.
I thought that was Jesse's girl's number.
And Jesse's girl.
No,
is
Jesse's girl
mom.
is Stacy's mom.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's all the same. All right, so
Jenny has the number on the bathroom stall. 8675309.
wait,
I think that's her name, right?
beans, more beans.
Uh-oh, do people put more beans in? What is happening?
What was the question?
It says, I can't read.
What are the beans? This is my first live stream.
Well, thanks for
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. What's your
Thanks
name?
for-
What's your name?
For tuning in.
It says Dragon Star.
Dragon Star.
That's what
Thank
I
you.
can make out.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Like and subscribe. So the beans are my new thing I'm doing for Ragtag, where basically I ask the players.
We don't know.
Before I asked them before, I said, "Hey, how many beans?" And they said a couple of beans. They thought I was just kidding around. I like to ask out of context questions.
Let's start off with full beans, and I think
And
that's...
he's like, oh, 42, and then he's got 13, and whatever. We added them all together. We had 42 at the start. Michelle, of course, added beans. Michelle, what are you doing? It is now 64 total beans.
You told her to add beans.
I did, and
You
I want
did.
you guys to add more. But yes, now we have 64 beans. So Dragon Star, more beans equals more fun for you and me.
Not for us.
Not
So
necessarily
give
for-
me a
I mean,
number
it could
anytime.
be fun
Oh,
for us.
we have
Could be.
more beans.
From
Taylor
Taylor
Springer,
Springer.
my wife, has
Hey.
added beans.
33 more beans? Dang.
33 more beans.
97.
97 beans.
Okay.
97.1
This better be
bean
good.
at
I
We're in trouble.
love this right now. A lot of beans. So anyway, that's what beans are. All right, so you guys are gonna need to probably roll
Roll
to
charisma?
parlay here. Yeah, you gotta convince him that you are a. You guys look like a transport vessel
8
or a cargo vessel.
10.
10,
17 beans, by the way.
17 more beans.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the total now?
114.
114 beans. Thank you, Dragon Star. You, of course, may add more beans. Any beans you want to add, they have to interrupt me. It is required by law.
So it's 52 plus 12 is 64.
Are you writing
plus
this down?
33.
Get your counter out.
No, you guys are the counter.
97.
I want you guys to just
Plus
worry about it.
17.
97 plus 17
Oh,
was 104.
I was about to say, you've got the counters.
97 plus 17 is 114.
I have,
Yeah, 'cause the one-
I have a
77
counter.
was 14.
Hey,
114.
Jaden
Yep, 114.
officially is a bean counter.
Oh, nice. That was a job.
114.
114 beans.
Can you see that?
Yep.
I can.
Yeah.
all read.
I mean,
It's
I
terrifying.
don't know if you can read it on stream, but it's there.
I mean, I can put it down one from the top so that it's easier to read. So like it's like in the middle. So yeah, there you go. It's not the number at the top. It's one down below that.
Got 114 beans.
This
Okay.
is so much fun. All right.
I rolled a 10.
You rolled a
So I get
10?
both.
Okay.
Well, I
what-
rolled an 8, but plus 2. So
so
10.
you got both. You mark XP if they do what you want. They're gonna do
They
what you
mark
want.
XP.
They're gonna
not me.
Oh, they mark XP. I see. They must do what you want, or reveal how you could convince them to do so. They say one more. These codes are old, but they check out. And then you are allowed onto Ord Mantell. You descend upon the pink atmosphere. The planet has a pink cloud layer, and as you finally head down, you see what is a sort of a temperate area. However, you're headed to the Ord Mantell city, and Ord Mantell city is in the middle of a cracked desert. It is a sort of I mean, I don't have another way to describe it. It's a cracked desert. And you guys see a large collection of gray and tan spires that sort of emerge out of a walled city. There are some large circular landing spaces that will open and allow you to go underneath. Many residents of the city live underneath because of this dry area. And then the up above, as you sort of go up the spire towards the largest towers. This is where the upper echelon live. And you guys probably head to one of the landing pads where the cargo would be dropping off, eager to maintain your disguise. So, of course, you land on one of these landing pads, and immediately there are stormtroopers and Imperial employees, and many of these people walk over to your ship prepared for your cargo.
Quick question. Do we have any crates?
I feel like you guys definitely have crates if this was the plan all along, but that would require
I was gonna say, can we do a
a
flashback?
flashback.
I think I feel like that's your flashback, bro. You're the one who
Sure.
said it.
I don't know what real flashback is.
Roll plus intelligence.
Okay.
None yet, but I need more beans. We're not in enough beans to cause a dent yet.
10.
Nice.
10?
Flashback, we have crates.
Wow. All right, so you guys, for sure, you guys have done this before. You guys are no stranger to heists. You pull out the crates on their floating...
Cart.
Nah,
Wait,
what are
wait.
those things called?
Wait, Jackson, what was the flashback?
Oh, yeah, what happened?
Oh, yeah. I probably need to specify that. Yeah. So the last time we did this, I was like, hey, let's keep the crates. We might need those again. So we kept the crates.
Okay.
Easy enough.
I love it. Easy scam, easy time, easy come, easy go. So you push them out on their contraptions that allow them to float in the air, and then you push them into the space. They, of course, say, they walk over to whoever looks like they're in charge.
I think in that case it would be me.
You're the one on the radio.
Yeah.
They walk over to you and they say, just want to verify your clearance code, 8675304.
Yes, sir.
All right. And these are meant for which distributing site?
Site Ore.
Okay. This is interesting. I'm going to let you continue to, because you rolled a 10 earlier, I'm not going to make you roll anything else. So he sort of says, oh, I see. You're not a local. Is this your first first delivery here?
Yes.
I see. Yes, you're going to look for Bay 4. Who are you here to see?
Not here to see anyone, just to drop off supplies.
All right. When will this bay be open? Do we need to reserve the time?
I would give us a couple hours. We have more in the ship than what's just right here.
Okay. And the stormtrooper walks away with his little notepad. And he walks over to the other groups of stormtroopers. They all say, sure, nodding their head. A couple of officers, are mumbling words that relate to logistics, and everybody seems to be happy.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. And I start pushing the crates with them. And
Yeah. And what's the name of the hut we're here to see? I forgot
what
already.
was the name?
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Durga?
Durga the Hut.
Durga.
Durga.
Right.
Yes, Durga. Durga the Hut.
The Hut. Can't out Durga the Hut.
So I think Tanzai would kind of look around and see if there's anybody that looks kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? In the same, cut from the same cloth as we are, right? That's kind of like, do I catch anybody's eye or see anybody that I think might have an idea of how to get in touch with Durga, or do we have a contact for Durga somehow?
You know that you're supposed to be looking for Durga, and you know that he will accept you. He knows who you are, but
Okay.
that's all you know.
We just don't know how to get in touch with him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we also know the Hutts don't like us.
Not all of them, no.
No, we don't have a good reputation.
We have a reputation of
Not good.
causing trouble and being dangerous.
Costing the money.
That's fair. Is there anybody around that I could you think that I could find / talk to figure out how to get in touch with them?
How to get in touch with people? Yeah, of course you can.
Or, I mean,
you can.
I don't know if it'd be a know a guy or if it's just discern realities kind of
It might just be a
situation.
discern realities in this
Okay.
case.
There we go. Roll my dice. So that's
There we go.
so it is a 7.
Tenzai looks around for people who he might know, people who look unscrupulous or people who look like they might have information. He looks around.
And he's looking to find what here is useful or valuable to me.
He catches a glimpse over beyond one of the imperial buildings that seem to have been placed upon this older city. He sees just beyond is kind of a doorway that has hanging on it what look to be not shells, but round circular sort of ceramic that might ding when put together. It's something you'd have to move out of the way as you'd walk into a doorway. And you recognize that people who put those kinds of things over doorways, they're expecting you to... You just understand that obviously nobody could bulldoze their way through that door. They'd have to nicely move the stuff out of the way. And so what it does is it tells people, how quickly, how careless did somebody enter the room, because they're very delicate. But I guess I ask you, why do you know that doorway is particularly interesting to you?
Well, I can say that's kind of like in our travels and stuff like that, because that's something that I've seen before, and like probably in his past he's not been aware of that before and has just blundered right through that just in his kind of musclehead kind of way, and it caused problems. And all of a sudden he was like, so he kind of learned from that mistake and was like, oh, I remember that caused me a lot of trouble last time, but that's where I want to go. I just need to figure out how to get in there and get whoever's attention the correct way.
Right.
So he'll kind of walk over there, and without going through, he'll kind of look through. Does he see anybody just through the doorway?
Yeah, so the doorway's open, and you see sort of a bluish hue to the inside of the room that would give you... it would be jarring, right? And it would also bring out any sort of light objects that you were wearing, any black light or any... So, like, if you were a stormtrooper, be obvious you walked in, right? And maybe that's what they're going for.
Okay. But I don't see any people or persons.
Not immediately. It's like a short hallway that opens into another sort of bluish room.
Okay. Is there any, like on the outside, is there like a call button or like an intercom kind of thing, or is it just that?
Just the hallway.
Okay. And so this stuff is like hanging from the doorway?
Yep. You can just slightly move it out of the way if you need to.
Yeah, he'll go ahead and do that.
So you see a little bit on the ground as you sort of walk up. You maybe step on sort of like a little chipping that's happened just from the natural way this door sort of blows in the wind. You step on a little bit of that ceramic type material and it sort of cracks under your feet. You hear the... Right? And then you move, just careful to move it out of the way. I need you to bend bars, lift gates.
Okay. So I rolled a 5 plus 2 for strength, 7.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with nothing damaged and it's quiet-ish is what it says.
Okay. Nothing damaged is a very good choice. As you push through, as you sort of imagine, had you done this any differently, you would have for sure cracked it. It doesn't matter how careful you were, it's designed to break. And you get into this room and through this little hallway. And as you walk in, you see a handful of people sitting in this room all look up at you very quickly and drop their hoods down. And almost in an instant, all of them have their blasters in your direction. But then kind of lower them slightly.
That's fair. I'll just kind of put my hand up. My good hand,
Your only hand.
the hand that I have left, and just kind of wave at him and be like, I'm not here to cause trouble. I'm just trying to find somebody. Do you guys know what's going on around here?
And they all point over there. And you see it's a Mirialan. You familiar with Mirialans?
Luminar Unduly bears herself.
Indeed. She has greenish skin and she has some like navy dots on her face, but otherwise is very human. Her head is wrapped in a somewhat religious fashion, and she walks over to you with her robes extending down to the floor, covering something. You understand thievery and the like. So she walks up to you and says, "Hello, I'm Gwish."
Gwish, nice to meet you. Name's... And he processes for a second whether he should be honest or not in this moment. And he's like, name's Tanzai. And good arm, grab it.
24 beans.
24 beans have been added.
Yep.
24 more beans. What's
138.
So from Silver Rose?
Yep.
Okay, Silver Rose.
138.
We're at 138 beans.
138 beans. That's a lot of beans. You guys don't even know.
I mean, that's more than 137.
Right, it is
It's
more than
super
100.
fun. Oh man,
That's over 32 beans.
I love the beans. Okay.
I'm going to hate beans after this. I just know it.
All right. So Gwish says, "I haven't seen you before."
Nor have I seen you. I'm sure I'd remember. But we're just here, me and my crew for, we're supposed to be meeting up with Durga. Do you have any idea how we can get in touch with him? He's expecting us.
Is he a friend?
More like a business associate.
Oh, I'm very pleased with the way you answered that question. You see, I don't have to kill you now.
Wait, so she said she does have to kill
She
me now?
doesn't have to kill you.
Oh, okay. Well, just for the record, that's easier said than done, but I appreciate the sentiment. What do you know?
I know a lot of things. Come, sit.
And so you will.
All right, so we cut back to the two guys that are out there. You learned some things in this conversation. I want you to go ahead and roll. Actually, what I want you to do, Tanzai, is I want you to choose to me. I want you to choose 2 questions from Discern Realities. And I want you to just have those in the back of your
Okay.
mind. But I want you to be very careful with your choice.
Okay.
And you guys are out there, and you're opening these, you're delivering these things, and out of proof, you guys are opening up, it's food, it's dried beans.
Of course.
Don't worry, it's not 138 of them, but you are able to drop off the food that you had delivered. And then you're sort of left to your own devices as they assume that you're going to probably regather supplies, get some other things in town, but obviously your ship is now under watch. Do you bring any of the, I don't want to call them the staff, but the gang with you? Anybody from our little ragtag crew?
I'm gonna just. I'm gonna bring. What?
Tricks?
No, the
Grusk?
Grusk.
Grusk?
I wanted to say Drask for whatever
Yes,
reason.
Grusk. Trandoshan looks like a lizard man, has a very Godzilla-esque face.
Yes. I'm gonna bring him out, and we're gonna go hit up a bar.
We're going to drink.
Yeah, so don't you want to drink out of everything that's happened the last few days?
Yes.
Let's go.
Good luck with that.
So you guys head over to the local watering hole. Now, what are you doing so that I can continue the scene?
I don't think I'm going to bring anyone with me. I think I'm just going to kind of keep to myself and lay low as I go throughout the town.
All right, so you begin to walk hands in pockets throughout the city. We're going to get to you. But you head to the bar with good old Grusk Marvac. As you guys enter the watering hole, it is a circular room. The tables are basically booths along the wall, and then it becomes more tables as you get to the bar that is a circle in the center of the space. You do see that there is a back room, but that's not important. It's just a detail. You see now in the middle of the room is a lot of people. And they're all sort of hanging out. A lot of them seem to be sailors, would be the way that I would phrase it for our understanding. And so they're a bit rough and tumble, large, men and women alike. and various different races. Are you looking for something in particular or just a drink?
I kind of do want to drink, but also I'm wanting to just kind of. I mean, a lot's happened,
Yes.
and I'm wanting to get. I want to talk with Grusk, and obviously just see if I notice anything that can tell me about the local gangs here, like the hut activity.
Sure. So I like the idea that maybe you sit down on the table, wave your hand, the bartender nods, and then sort of points, and then you're like, sure. He gives you both a couple glasses, pours them quickly, leaves the bottle, and then turns around. And I would imagine that you maybe put your elbows on the table so you have a good view of the room. And Grusk, of course, is like bent over and is drinking whatever you guys bought. So why don't you go ahead and give me a... let's talk to Grusk first, maybe. And then you can roll a discern realities when the time feels right. All right, so you and Grusk sort of begin this light chat, and then about halfway through, he says,
My sister's dead. She's dead. Tenzai was gonna be my brother.
Told you.
Oh, don't. Please don't be like that. It's gonna be okay. You can still be brothers, in a manner of sense. Just brothers in arms, you know? It's
He
just
has
as
one
good.
arm now. That's so insensitive.
You're the one that said handful earlier.
Touche. That's funny.
It's so,
Are you guys like family?
family. Well, you know, any crew is a family to an extent.
the guy next to you says, I'm not sure that's true.
Oh, yeah? What's this to you?
Sellouts left and right. I don't work for none of them anymore.
Well, you know, they're as family is until the money dries up. All right?
It's a human man next to you. And he says, or until life ends. Humans in the galaxy, we got nothing. What are you? How long do you live?
Me? I'm just... Oh, God, what is he?
It's a Verk.
I see-
3,000 years old.
He's got a big horn.
I'm the dinosaur man in red
Yeah.
on screen.
Who's going to get bombarded by whatever beans means.
Whatever beans means. Oh my gosh. There's going to be 138 sailors trying to beat us up.
I'm
or
not telling you
something.
anything yet. You guys don't know. The number means nothing yet. It does mean something to me, but...
Okay. Well, me, I'm a Verk. And we live longer than you do.
That's what I said.
No. About the same as us. Up to 70
That's not what I meant.
That's the point.
Now, why don't you
She's dead.
go back to your non-existent friends and
Oh,
go drink somewhere else.
yikes.
You got a
Trying
problem,
to enjoy
buddy?
my friend. I don't have one. Seems like you might.
I see. What do you...
Michelle.
What'd she say?
I mean, the beanstalk worked for Jack. It can work for you, too.
The beanstalk.
It's good.
Are beans becoming like a cryptocurrency?
I'm not telling you guys anything
To the
yet.
moon
So-
with beans?
So not a stalk, but a stock.
This beanstalk?
And he says, what, you think I don't have friends? And you see a couple of guys walk up to you.
It's 138 guys.
I just heard 138.
No, stop.
Approach your booth.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's gonna be worse.
The bean counter. It's right there. 138.
38.
The arrows don't count. It's this one.
Well, you just said so yourself. Till life ends.
Go ahead and roll plus charisma to avoid getting your shit kicked out.
Oh, man. Plus charisma? It's only an 8.
Only an 8. All right.
Could be worse.
You see, Grusk is like, you leave my friend alone. You leave him alone. He's mourning. And they're like, what? All right, here's your choice. You can use this distraction and leave Grusk to his own drink. or you can stand in this moment and face your attackers.
You know,
There's a third option, but
What's
you,
the
you're
third
going to have to
option?
come up with it. But basically, this is a moment. This is an out. If you can come up with another out, sure.
Just take Grusk and walk
But
out.
right now, they're like confused and a
How
little
many-
bit looking at each other.
how many are there?
There's 4.
There's 4.
They're 4, sailor type
What's
guys.
the name of what's Gruss's race?
Trandoshan.
Trandoshan.
Jinx.
Okay. I'll be like, Grusk, let's go. And I'm gonna stand up and motion for him to stand up.
Yeah.
And as soon as he stands up,
Yeah.
he's like 7 or 8 feet tall.
He's pretty tall, yeah.
I'm gonna be like, listen, we Verks, we're not a very violent species, but Transdoshans, they enslave Wookiees, so
They hunt.
there's a lot of pent up emotion right now.
Yeah. And he kind of goes, what is happening?
Are they gonna fight us?
And he points over. And the other guy's like, what? We don't.
Does Grusk like turn the corner all of a sudden? Like, oh, they're coming at us now.
Oh, they're trying to fight us? He's a little bit like, oh, shit.
Are any 4 of the guys that are there, are any of them Wookiees?
No, none of them are
Okay,
Wookiees.
That'd be hilarious, though.
Well, no, because they have an on-site rivalry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's
But
worse than Tom.
Nah,
and
they're
Jerry.
just big groups of alien people.
Yeah.
And
So
the human guy.
I basically let them know, hey, my
Right.
guy's gonna rip your arms off.
So here's what we'll do. We'll add. You said that was a 7?
8.
8? Okay, we'll add 2. We'll give you a 10. I feel like 2 for the help. He comes in, and he helps you out, and they're like, okay, we're really sorry. We don't want any trouble. Can we buy your next round?
Of course.
And he looks at one of the human looks at one of the guys, and the guy goes, yeah, and he just pays for the drink. And then the human man says, hey, if you're looking for work, I talked to Durga. He lives, and he points to where it is.
Awesome. All right, and then as we finish our drinks, I let Grusk cry about his sister a little bit more.
She was gorgeous. Ah!
And he just continues
And after we finish our drinks, we
to cry. Please break into song.
Please break into song.
My sister is dead, and now I am sad. This is bad.
It's Trandoshan morning song.
No, that happens every. Never mind.
Every 60 seconds.
Every
a minute
day.
passes.
Every day, a morning song occurs. All right, so we have a human man named Givyorn who is walking with hands in pockets, and in that moment, 40 beans.
40 beans. Oh my god.
40 beans. She's answering.
Why'd it have to be on me?
She's
Because you sang.
40 more beans. Thank you. I got 40 beans for singing. So that's 70. That's 178.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, so you're walking through the city, and then all of a sudden, you are grabbed, pulled into an alley, shoved against a wall, and these people look at you, and they are both. I mean, they're both aliens, right? But one of them.
I mean,
What?
I was gonna say that could either be like a really great scenario or a really bad scenario. It just
No,
depends.
there's like two
Yeah.
people. One of them pulls you and they shove you against the wall.
oh, so it's a violent, not
Yeah,
like
it's a violent
hey,
act.
It's not like a hey, come
no,
here.
No.
All right.
It's like grab, shoved against the wall, and then one of them pulls the hood down, and it's just an alien, Star Wars style, and they say, "Are you here to see the hut?"
I'm honestly not sure. I'm here with my crew. What we do is up to them.
And then one of them goes and reaches down at your hip and says, "Yep, it's the Jedi."
I'm gonna turn the lightsaber on.
Okay, he uses the Force, just it comes on, and he's like, "Ah!" He's holding it.
Oh, I thought it would have gone through him.
I see. No, he didn't look at it.
I thought like
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah.
No, but they're like, it comes on, and he's like, "Whoa, how do I turn it off?" And then you see some people are like, what's going on in the alley?
If you want to keep your hands, I suggest you keep quiet.
How do I turn it off?
Just give it here.
Okay. And they hand it back to you.
I'm going to turn it off.
Okay. Look, we're just here to bring you, specifically you, to the hut.
Why me?
You're the one he asked for. Someone named Xena said, there's a Jedi.
Okay.
Say it just like that.
I mean,
That's how Xena said it. Yeah.
that's how he said it.
Okay.
All right, come with us.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to let them know on comms kind of what's going on.
Do you guys have comms? I don't think you have comms.
Thought we did.
It's like the little thing. It's like
Yeah,
you have to hold
comlinks.
the hand.
Yeah.
So you're gonna verbally say, "Hey guys, I'm headed to the hut person place."
No, never mind.
All right. So we cut back to our man who's learning some things.
Yes. So you said hold 2.
I did.
So, and can I build some context around kind of why I'm asking the questions that I'm asking?
Sure. And then I can choose whether or not to allow your
to do it.
context to exist.
So my whole idea was in coming in here was to try to find out how to contact Durka, right? And in conversation with this person, we're not friends, but we're business associates, whatever. So I kind of explain why we're here, that we were sent and we have a job with Durga. We're contractors, whatever. We're not contractors.
I mean, you
but
can say whatever you want. So these are all normal things.
Yeah, so we're mercenaries. I kind of give her the lowdown, right? But then my questions are going to be, what is about to happen, and what here is not what it appears to be.
Okay. So you say what is about to happen? Well, what is about to happen is that she's letting you ask a lot of questions.
Okay.
It feels like she's letting you, right? Like it becomes obvious that when she probably says at some point, she's that kind of character. She looks to you and just says, "Oh, you Gwish was like this, right?" I don't remember how Gwish was.
Yeah, she was.
Too many characters. She looks at you and just says, "Oh, I see. You're not a threat. We are the... I have a name. Ooh, where is it? We are the Velvet Blade. And we are interested in this exchange. What are you looking for from Durga?"
And so this is where, like, because all of a sudden he's like,
This is finally when she starts to turn.
right, I'm like, I really don't know. We've just been told that we're supposed to come here and get in contact with him, and he's got a job for us. That's all the information I've got.
Not a little bit more information?
And so he kind of looks at her and kind of looks down at his missing arm. And then I'm just going to look back at him like, do I really look like the guy who's going to be the one given important information?
So what is about to happen is that you're being weighed on the scales
Okay.
right now. And she is deciding whether or not you're worth letting go or not,
Okay.
based on your responses. And that becomes obvious in the midst of this conversation.
Sure.
Now, your next question, I recall, was...
What here is not what it appears to be.
What here is not what it appears to be. Well, what is not what it appears to be is that she sort of talks nicey about Durga and just being sort of curiously interested. But as she sort of asks questions that you begin to push away, you learn very, very quickly that she is definitely not on the same side as Durga.
Okay.
And the Velvet Blade and the Huts are separate. Now, you also gather that the Velvet Blade is a local gang,
Okay.
and the Hut is obviously larger mid-rim context.
Sure.
So she's got dreams, and she's kind of using this moment as potential. However, you also know that she's clearly involved in whatever it is you guys are asking about.
Okay. Okay.
And so she sort of, as you're being weighed, asks again, "There's not any more information?"
Look, all I know is that we're here, and he's going, and specifically he's going to try to say this in a way as like, I've said this 100 times already. We're here to talk to Durga about something he saw.
Something he saw.
Why, does that mean anything to you?
Go ahead and roll to defy danger charisma. Because you know more than you're letting on.
I know that's a hologram.
Correct.
That's something he saw. So, charisma. Oh, that's unfortunate. Because I did roll a 10. But I have a -1, so I rolled a 9.
Yep.
Choice, okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to present a cost here. She says, here's what you're going to do. You're going to live. Congratulations. And you're going to have a conversation with Durga, and you're going to come back here and tell me what you learned.
I have no problem with that.
Fantastic. And she sort of pats you on the back and says, have a lovely day, and sort of rides her hand down your lower back. The final push, the two fingers, and her two fingers in the middle sort of push a little bit harder against your side.
Okay.
And you hear a beep
Okay.
as she does that. You look down at your side, and there's just a glow. It sort of
Okay.
blinks.
Okay. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I've got 178 beans in me.
Potentially more.
She's just infected me with beans.
You have the beans. No, that's not it yet. Just wait. The more beans you add, the more fun this gets. Keep them coming.
Beans virus.
Don't feel the pressure. Just more beans.
Don't think just
All right.
beans.
So, so he'll just walk out. So, specifically, she said, once we talk to Durga and find out what he's looking for or what he's wanting, then I come back and talk. Fair enough.
Yep. All right. Drex. What are you doing?
Well, I guess we're going to where the huts are.
Okay.
So, actually, yeah, when I leave, I'll kind of like, I will comms them and be like, hey, I'm heading back to the ship.
135 from Taylor.
Oh,
Taylor's added 135.
that puts us over to, that puts us over 3.
303.
That's 303, yeah.
303.
Thank you, Trix.
Thanks, Taylor.
Right?
Thank you, Taylor. 303 beans. You guys have no idea. This is amazing.
I love beans.
We won't.
I don't know.
It could be great.
Maybe
Beans for
we
Breakfast is a great Johnny Cash song.
will. A lot of beans can fit in a can.
It's true.
All right. So, Drex meets up with Tanzai purely out of
With Grusk.
purely out of like you guys are in the same area. Kind of makes sense. You guys didn't go very far. You look around and you spot each other, and you're able to convene.
So I'll look at Grusk and be like, "Are you drunk?"
I have permission.
Like, and he'll just look at him like confused, like, I don't even know what that means. Like, go get on the ship. You're not going to be helpful. Get on the ship.
Okay.
Thanks,
He's
buddy.
such a good man.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. He's the one who kept drinking.
Touche.
They were free.
He just as he's walking away. All right, so I have a little bit of a snag. I couldn't find where Durga is, but I've got this little souvenir, and I kind of point at it.
It's tracker.
From the Velvet Blade. So we need to kind of find out what we're being asked to do, and I need to return this information.
Hold up. Is that a tracker?
18 beans.
Sure.
More beans.
Silver Rose.
Silver Rose. Hey, thank you. Welcome. I don't know who you are, but I like that you're here.
I was gonna say, yeah. So I'm kind of curious who Silver Rose is, and it was Dragonstar.
We have a Discord. I'd like to know who you are sometime.
321.
321.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2.
Or if you're just a visitor and don't know us personally, that's even cooler.
It's even, just
Yeah, way to add some beans. You guys don't even know what this means yet.
beans.
I don't even know what this means yet.
What did the beans
Beans
mean?
yet? Beans. What are the beans?
The bean
What do the
mean?
beans means? Very
Beans,
excited.
Ben, Bean.
The means of the beans are great.
You know what's super sad about the beans is that because of the hype, it's not going to be as amazing as what I set it out to be.
It's going to be overwhelming, and then it's like, oh, it's
Someone's going to add like
We've
$5
crossed
grand
the
or
threshold.
something. You're going to be like,
You're-
and that's how much money you in it.
I mean, that's not what it is, but
Still saying, someone just say 10 billion beans.
10 billion beans?
Yeah. You said no limit.
I did say no limit. I have to get out more of my
Infinity
things.
beans.
Just add up the line.
You just used up all.
I have a bunch of them. We can keep adding. There's nothing says we can't. Just you can't.
When
you
in
can't.
doubt, pen and paper.
right.
Right. So you guys do, because of you say
Yeah.
anything to him about how you learned the location?
Well, we scored it off some people at the bar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. And we're like, oh, good work. I especially like the play of using Grusk as bait. I'm a fan.
Well, you gotta use your friends for their specialties, right?
Agreed. All right.
Okay, so you guys head in the direction of the Durga the Hutt hideout. All right, but before they get a chance to do that, we have to go to Jeev. Jeev, he is arriving outside Durga the Hutt's location. Simple room, simple garage door with a sort of little, it's classic Jabba the Hutt style stuff, right? Little camera robot droid appears out of the end. It goes, and they look and they're like, ooh, Dwana. And he's like, pulls it in. Then the garage door rises up, and you see a handful of guards. And then those guards escort you all into. You're not tied up. You're not being held down. As you walk towards this sort of space that now has a blue light pointed at the middle of this room. At the far end is a stage. There are empty instruments laid out along the back portion of this space, a little up stage, right? And then on a sort of large throne in this room is a very large tan worm creature sitting down, its two hands on the armrests, a black purplish birthmark on one eye, the large orangish eyes looking in your direction, nostrils, wide mouth. It is a hut, and you see many people around the room sort of filling like courtesans, just being in the room, creating noise. And then he silences them. Stop it. And they all sort of
That sounds about right.
get quiet, and they look to you, Jedi. And I'll ask you this: do you speak Hutt?
No.
Do you not want to, or do you not
I
speak Hutt?
just
at all?
don't think I do.
I mean, you don't have to. This is a role play game. Do
Yeah.
you want to speak Hutt? Yes or no?
Sure.
I mean, it's your choice. Do you think it's more entertaining if you don't, or if you do?
I think it's more entertaining if I do, but translate it to English so I know what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. If not, I was gonna have some other person speak.
do
but
you
if
personally-
You do,
do
but if
you
you do,
personally know-
then I was gonna just be the Hutt.
We can also do Klingon if you want.
Right.
No.
So he looks at you and he says,
Hello, Jedi.
Durga, what can I do for you?
I like the idea of just Jeev. Are you responding in English?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
and
understand.
It's
Doesn't
like
mean I have to
Luke and-
reciprocate.
No, I understand. I get it. The subtitles are there. We're good.
Yeah. Much like Luke and Jabba.
Yeah, I get it. And he says, thank you for answering my summons.
You're welcome. Why am I here? Why not my whole crew, if I may ask?
You have a crew? That's not what she said on the phone.
It's interesting.
On the phone.
Sorry.
It's lost in translation a little bit. Like it means
on the
communicate.
gram.
On the gram and her snap.
Her DMs.
God.
She's a fan of the Huts, you know.
Yes, I have a crew with me. She didn't explain that.
No.
Interesting.
She said,
Check your phone.
in fact, to call you Jedi, but that you were more than that. A Sith, perhaps.
No. No, I've seen too many Sith.
And then one of the guys goes, no, he's right, look. And they light and it's green. And he's like, oh. And then you have another lightsaber on your hip, don't you?
I do.
Just 2.
That's right.
And then he's like, we know you are lying. And that you are Sith. We need the help of Sith.
What for?
My hologram has been stolen.
Okay. Any idea by who or for what reason?
It was of an ancient Sith Lord. He smashes his chair and he says, it must have been Jedi. You kill Jedi.
But I'm not a Sith.
Right.
I don't know what else. I don't know how to actually.
He like looks around the room. He's like, I don't know what to do. And he says, enough. Will you retrieve my hologram or not?
If I can talk it over with my crew first.
Are you not their leader?
Kind of bounces around.
Just being so honest with
No,
the side.
I know, it's nice. He says,
He's the most straightforward of
do
our
you not
Ragtag.
know of the Velvet Blade?
No. What's that?
They have stolen my hologram.
Oh.
I believe they are working with a Jedi.
Well, I can tell you it's not me. But I can certainly look into it.
If I find out you're doing anything else, I'll send the Imperials after you.
So much for sleep.
And then he's like trying to talk. They're having a conversation, and he looks to his right as somebody's trying to tap him, and he's like, "What?" And he turns, and it's one guy's like, "Hey, there's somebody at the door. Says they're with him. Says
What'd
they
I tell you?
Says they're in a crew, and they've come here to talk to you. I'm only assuming. Send them in." You guys are escorted into the room alongside with Jeeve now. You guys all get up there together, and he's conferring with his staff and asking for drinks and stuff. So there's like an awkward moment where you guys are able to speak very briefly. Underneath the blue light, standing on a grate.
What are you doing here?
They brought me here. I don't know what's going on.
Has he said anything?
Something about missing holocron, velvet blade. Thinks I'm Sith. I'm not.
What'd you tell him?
Wait.
What do you
Did he
mean,
ask you
why?
if you were a Sith and you said no?
That is correct.
We need to talk about playing along in the future.
Well, you know what? Next time, you should get kidnapped.
That's not... yeah.
I'm not even gonna respond.
I thought there were only 2 when it came to Sith. Why are there 3?
Because we're not Sith.
Look,
What did we just say?
okay. So maybe he's not the best at holding up facades.
1 second. Sorry. He's just sitting there while we're talking to each other.
No, I'm saying this to the...
Oh, you're saying it
Durga,
to
yeah,
the...
like-
okay.
And I'm just going to be like, he might not be the best at putting up facades, but trust me, we're here to do a job. You asked for some people to do something for you. That's what we do.
Well, I need the help of you to bring my hologram back. It is very important to my contacts that it gets returned.
So what does it matter about the Sith thing?
It is said it is an important artifact to and he sort of if he could sweat, he would. He says, "It is important to my contacts that the item is found, and the interested party wields a lightsaber."
Vader?
Ugh. Need to be so brazen, be so bold with the name.
And when he starts to, and I'm assuming, does he like?
He winces a little. He's a little worm man. He's just like, "Ugh."
And so which is great because I'll start to laugh. Wait, Vader scares you?
He scares us all in the mid-rim.
Hey, do you guys remember when I went toe to toe with him and walked away? These guys.
You had 2 arms then.
Yeah, I only needed one.
And he smashes his chair again and says, "Enough of these lies! He is a Sith, and you have never fought Vader."
And so I'll reach over and I'll be like, Jeeves, may I? And so my good hand, I'll grab the other lightsaber.
Oh, yeah.
And
Vader's lightsaber.
Oh, it is him who is the Sith.
I'll ignite mine. I told you.
look. And I'll like power it down and hand it back over to him like, who we are and what we are is not important. And then I'm going to try to I'm going to play with my new move, Interrogator.
Ooh.
And be like, all you need to know is that if you don't give us all the information right now, we can end your problem real quick. So if I may, that basically it's parlaying
Yep.
with violence
I
versus
like it.
charisma.
You're looking for what? All the information?
As much as he can give.
I was going to resist you really, really hard, but if you have a move, I'm going to let you do it. So go ahead and roll plus strength, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Roll well, bitch. Okay. So rolled an 8 plus 2, so it is a 10.
10 is good. 10 is good. And he says, "No need to get violent. I believe that the Velvet Blade has taken my hologram of Krokul Ma, a strange and dangerous Sith that died long, long ago. I only know this because Vader said it once, the name, and said that I must find it, that it is important to his investigation, case, study, research. Many words were thrown, all of them behind annoying."
That is fair. I remember that sound a lot.
When you fought him.
Yeah.
He said that the Jedi would be taking it. So I reached out to those who I knew knows Jedi, and Xena said, "You were Sith, not Jedi."
Well, if I may, we know that lots of people do not have a fond memory of the Sith these days.
They were ugly and red.
Yes, and Lord Vader does not help that reputation. So my friend here likes to dress up as a Jedi and pretend if people ask questions. Because even though they are outlawed, it is, let's see, the public is a little more receptive.
Palatable.
Sure. Oh, well.
And
Yep, go ahead.
point is, you've got the right group.
Great. Go!
Where?
I've given you everything I know. The Velvet Blade. I don't know where they are.
Okay.
We'll try to find him.
And then all the courtesans begin to speak again.
Okay.
And the harsh blue light in the middle of this orangish-hued room sort of disappears a little bit.
Okay. So head out.
Let's go find somewhere to talk, maybe? That's not surrounded by goons.
Sounds
Good call.
All right. You guys all emerge from his garage door. It closes. And then somebody says, "Hey, password is huts are lit."
Huts are lit.
Then you guys peel out.
Is that the
We peel out on our Vespas. I'm just like,
Hey, your
oh,
ripsticks.
I don't need to write that down. I'll remember that.
What's the username?
Also, huts are lit.
Password is huts are lit.
Huts for life, and the E is a 3.
Durga@hotmail.com.
All right, so we had to go.
So we
Hotmail.
just
chat.
we just head out, and then I say, "Do you still have that
Durga 1.
Durga one?"
Durga
At
was taken.
hotmail.com.
Durga 1 at Hotmail. Or Hotmail. That was good.
It's only Durga one because he messed it up the first
He
time.
did. He
Didn't
did.
know how to recover.
You can't find the password.
I think
That's why it's huts are lit. Easy stuff.
Anyway,
So do you still have that tracker on you?
I do.
you
I mean, you got some catching up to do. And I'll just kind of point at this like flashing thing. I'll kind of like hold it up. I've already met the Velvet Blade. So, like, yeah, we should probably go talk to them and figure out what side we want to play.
Yeah. Well, we might not have to wait too long if they were enemies of the
Durga.
huts
Durga.
of Durga.
Exactly.
So they might just show up here since we, took the tracker in here.
Well, possibly.
A whole
But I guess
321 of them might show up.
just
You don't know.
He's not saying no.
More beans are good.
beans are just falling from the sky. It starts raining beans. We get
bean-shaped
Um,
species of Star Wars.
so
You guys are gonna head back, or are
There's
you gonna?
So yeah, I think we start to head back, and I think as we go that way, the conversation should be, I think. So, Durga just told us that he's getting something basically for Vader. So if we return this hologram, it goes to Vader, right? And we know that Krokoma is a really bad dude. Like, not like bad like we're bad and kind of like bend the rules or whatever, but like dangerous.
Evil.
Right. Yes, evil, not bad. So do we do that or no?
I would say probably not, since we're wrapped up in the Krokoma incident.
And they kind of blew up our freaking base.
Yeah, and you did spit in Vader's face, basically.
I did. I would like a chance to go back at it, but
I think we should still find it. I think
Oh,
we
for
should
sure.
we should
Yeah.
take it.
for sure.
We should take it back to our Sith.
You guys are gonna go
Our
back to wherever you're going.
Sithster.
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes a huge difference with whatever we end up doing. Xena did not mention either of you when she talked to Durga. She only talked about me. Didn't mention that I was a part of a crew.
Well, it might be that you were the one who would be most recognizable. We come off as mercenaries.
We kind of blend
Sure.
in. We can ask her about it.
But it also makes me wonder if she's hiding an ankle.
Oh, of course she is.
Always.
She's a Sith.
Welcome,
You should know that.
True that.
Welcome to mercenary work.
All right. So as the crew sort of convenes and deliberates, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to give myself a good 15 minutes. When I come back, if there are more beans in the chat, we'll know. 15 minutes. We'll see you then.
How many beans in 15
Peace, love,
minutes?
and happiness,
And beans.
And more beans.
and more beans. 7 beans have been added to the chat while you weren't looking. Like and subscribe. If you have no idea what the heck's going on, it's because you skipped randomly ahead and you finally found the video again. Congratulations. I put, probably tomorrow, I'll put the little separation so that the intermission happens. You know, see what I'm saying? Like you like click, you scroll, it's like, bam, there it is. Like you don't have to like, yeah, I got it.
Maybe they like the music though.
Maybe you do like the music. That music was made in college, so love it. The point of the beans is to be excited for what comes next. I have decided that the more beans get added to the chat, the more somethings appear in game. So please go ahead and add more beans. All you have to do is put a number in there and it means beans. Yes, it rhymes. Let's get back to the action. All right. So our crew has been investigating some sort of conspiracy here. You guys went and talked to a hut. This particular hut's name's Durga. He believes that his hologram of Krokul Ma that he plans to give to Darth Vader has been stolen by a local gang known as the Velvet Blade. The Velvet Blade is a, like I said, local gang. But of course, Tanzai had bumped into them. So now
10 beans.
10 beans.
10
from
more
Dragonstar.
beans. The crew now finds themselves
Need like a cowbell.
together once more, planning their next move.
All right, so I think we should head back to Velvet Blade. And then let them know what's going on and see if we can get the real information from them as well.
Yeah, so like, did you fill us in on that chick that interrogated you?
Yeah,
Squish.
Squish, yeah.
Wish. Oh.
365 beans.
Who added 365 beans?
Chrissy 1317.
Oh!
Julie.
His wife. That's a bean for every year. Every day of the year.
I mean, being for every year.
So that's 6,
What's the number you had?
338.
All right, give me a second. I'll just do that for
Yeah.
you.
So many beans.
703.
703 beans.
And if this is bad, this is really bad.
I'm not telling you.
This is actually the last episode because we all die.
Right. 73 thermal detonators fall into your ship as you're asleep. Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, we'll go talk to Gwish. And I'll kind of show them, and I'll tell them to be careful of the step. Just step over it so that they don't break it. To keep their little trap alive. And I'll walk up to her and be like, as I said. What?
Sorry.
Did I miss something?
He just like rapid fire shoved a salami in his mouth.
Oh, no.
And he just looked at me. He was like, oh, just like jammed it in there.
Just bam.
I was like, oh no.
He's going to get the meat sweats here quick.
Oh man.
So go up to Gwish.
Do it again, but more. Jackson just Jackson Shepard. Oh man. Silly. Anyway, so you guys, you're gonna go back to the place.
Yeah, and I'll kind of walk up to her
secret
and
lair.
and be like, all right, Gwish. Deal's a deal. Told you I'd come back. Before I give you the information, can you please take this out?
So you're all in a room with blue light, and it is a woman who does not take her hood down this time, or she didn't have a hood. She had a religious wrap.
Right.
Light. I remember now. This is a different character. I forgot. So Gwish, she's there. She's got the green skin, the blue dots in her face, and she looks and says, "I'm interested in helping you."
So yes or no?
To what, JD? One more time.
Can you take this tracker off me?
Oh, she takes it off.
Thanks. And then I draw my sword.
Okay.
No, no, I won't.
Quick save.
Quick save. Quick save.
That's funny.
Now you have one arm too. No. So I'll kind of break it down. Durga said that he believes your crew stole his hologram of Krokul Ma. Now, if that is true, I don't mind you stealing from a hut. We've actually done it a few times.
Wait. Are we there with them?
Yeah.
Sure. Yes. Do you
Yeah,
want to be?
I mean, or you can not be.
Kind of flashback.
You can.
All right.
Do it. Plus intelligence.
That's a number.
It is a number. 8.
Okay, what were you trying to do?
Before returning, because she was such a, I don't know, kind of menacing interrogator. She was kind of being like,
Well, she was allowing me to kind of,
like, should I kill you or not?
Right.
You know, like, let's say we went back and we decided that to give you an advantage in the conversation, we remained as like
10 more beans.
10.
10 more beans.
Which one did that come from?
Same person.
Oh,
Yep.
Also from you?
Yep.
All right. Fair.
I said I would take the blame if it was bad.
So, but yeah, we're just like sitting at other tables.
Okay, I see. It's not quite exactly what you had hoped for because you are sitting awkwardly next to a couple of people that sit down next to you.
Hey, it's the number of my work van.
So you see a couple of other like head-wrapped people sit next to you.
Excuse me, we're not trying to have a drink here.
And they continue to watch the conversation over at the other table, just like you.
That's great. But they haven't made us.
No, they're just like sitting down, looking over, like.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm chatting with Gwish.
10 more beans.
Michelle, I thought there were too many beans.
Well, apparently not.
I told her if they can
I think we
get
started
to more than
a snowball.
I can too.
720 beans.
Some 20.
720 beans.
723 beans.
That's my favorite resolution. 720 bean.
So he'll say, okay, like, and if that is true, I have no problem with stealing from huts. I think that's totally fine. That's kind of your business. We've done it a few times. The problem that you may have is that apparently Vader is after that. And that's a much larger problem.
I refuse to do anything for Durga, the Hutt, until my husband has been released from under his cage.
Now, that's the kind of information that we probably could have known and done something with while we were there.
But now I know that he's aware that it was us who took it.
Which kind of puts a target on your back, does it not?
Indeed. However, us keeping it is the only thing keeping my husband alive, I now know.
Could we not trade it?
We could certainly try.
I've heard this phrase, do or do not. There is no try.
Shut up. We're listening inconspicuously.
Here's the problem. Vader is a force to be reckoned with. He destroyed an entire space station because he couldn't beat me in a fight. That's the kind of petty we're talking here. You took something from him. Truth be told, you probably didn't even know that, did you?
I just knew that it was coming in to Durga and that it was important to us.
So, even though you didn't know it was his, that is not a slight he will let go. Even if you were to trade it back for your husband, Vader would see that both of you die for it. We need to figure out a way to fix this.
And you're thinking a trade is going to be enough?
Probably not. But we can give that appearance.
Do we know what Durga gets out of this?
No.
Well, then we better make sure we have something to present to him that he just may get out of it. Otherwise, what is he going to do but keep the object and my husband?
To be fair, I think he's just afraid of letting down Vader. It's a matter of survival.
Then we're at an impasse. Good luck.
That's not gonna work.
I want to help you.
So what do you need?
I need a plan.
So I'll just kind of look over my shoulder in your direction. because going back to
You look over at the table over there?
yeah, I'll kind of go back like because in his head he's going back to the prison and he's thinking plan is not my jam.
Then, yeah.
Like that's not my thing.
You look over at that table and she says, "What are you looking at my assassins for?"
Oh, I wasn't. I was looking at mine. And so I'll kind of wave him over.
We kind of like shuffle past the assassins.
Yep.
Stand there. Like, excuse me.
They should probably be a little bit more careful where they decide to sit down.
To be fair, they sat down. We were already there. We were there first.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was saying,
He's like, I was there first.
no, I was saying that to Dwish about her, or Gwish about hers. Look. And I'm going to try to interrogate again.
Okay.
You can give us... What is it called? The hologram.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we've been kind of hearing this conversation the whole
Sure, you got little pieces of it, yep. Enough to put it together.
We just take the hologram, trade it for the husband, get him back here, and get you out of here. Or you can take...
I have an idea.
Please. This is his strong suit.
You flatter me. But if I may, get the right accent here.
Dude, I dropped mine earlier.
I know. It's rough. Sometimes I'm Scottish. I don't know. Okay. What if we don't leave anything for Vader to find? We don't necessarily have to make a real trade. I say we double-cross the Hutts and arrange for his death. Vader assumes the hologram is lost in the mix, and we leave out any evidence that either party was involved.
You really think they'll buy that?
I think there's a turf war here, and you guys are looking to score big, make a name for yourselves.
We can't do that until the Imperial presence has been removed.
Well,
That's a much larger ask.
either way, I don't think we need to make any kind of trade in a disadvantaged way. We can meet somewhere.
You're gonna get that fat worm out of his chair?
No, one of his minions will deliver it. But we'll get your husband, and then we'll kill his minions and take the hologram.
And she sort of stands up, puts her fingers against the table, and then you see the two head-wrapped assassins walk over. And as they enter sort of this light underneath, you see that their fingers almost match hers identically. Now, they don't look the same. They're different women, but their fingers are the same. And she sort of grabs a salt shaker on the table, and then the pepper shaker, right? And whatever that is in Star Wars. And they put it down there. And then you see there are the 6 hands before you, but they all look the same. And she just sort of passes the salt shaker amongst them. And somewhere amidst that hand movement, they sort of get tangled up and they stop. And you kind of watch as they're all tangled up. And then Gwish sort of looks and goes, "You did that wrong. You have to stop, girls." And she sort of moves the hands around. They all get untangled. And in that moment, you realize that the salt and pepper shaker are gone. And you were caught up in the fact that they were all tied up. And she says, "This is what we know how to do. We know how to get things lost in the crowd. However, it requires expectation. So you're saying we put a plant to get someone out there. My husband's at the other location. You expect them to bring him?"
This hologram is of great importance to the Hutt. I'm sure he'll arrange for it.
All right. Well, you are likely the liaison. The 3 of you.
All right. Well, We'll have to arrange for a location that suits us. Do you have a good spot?
This location gives us a good view of the area. It's open enough by the docks. However, the Imperials are going to be a problem. And then you see as one of the women sort of puts her hand across. And then she says, okay, but then there's our group. And we need to be able to line them up properly. She puts the salt shaker out there, crossing the arms. And then she says, okay, then we need... What else do we need? We have us lining up. And she holds the salt shaker. And we need them lining up. She puts the pepper shaker down. That's not enough hands.
You said that there was a group that was messing with Grusk at the bar, right? How many more groups do you need?
She says, this con will work with 6 hands. Imperials count.
So how many hands do we have? It's us,
1,
the grit,
the girls,
the Hut's crew.
the Hut's crew.
So us, girls, Hut's crew, the group from the bar.
And the Imperials.
The Imperials is 5.
It's 6.
Is it?
Us, girls, bar crew, Imperials,
Huts.
Huts. And then
So we need one more.
You didn't include the group from bar. If we include our group from
I said
bar,
bar.
yeah.
So that's 5. So we need one. We've not run into any of the group.
us.
Us, the girls, the Huts,
Us, the
the
girls, the Huts,
Imperials,
the
group
Imperials.
from the bar, and our crew. That's
It's-
6.
That's 5. You're holding your hand up as 5.
Okay, us.
Where'd that one come from?
One at a time.
Us. We're bad at math.
Bar group.
No,
Give
we're
us
not.
more numbers.
2.
Us, bar group,
Yep.
Bar group.
Imperials,
Imperials.
assassins,
Yep.
Assassins.
Huts.
Huts. Yep.
That's
and then
5.
our crew.
He already said that.
He already
That's
said our
number
crew.
one.
Us.
I meant on the ship.
Oh,
We have people
Then
on the ship.
Then say that.
Grusk? Are you saying Grusk?
You have
Grusk
you do
and
have
Tila
you do
and
have
all of
your
them.
other clan of people, yes.
Yeah. Or we can just get rowdy with another group from the bar.
It's about time they earned their keep, I think.
All right, we can bring them in.
As long as it's nothing fatal.
No, I got their space
Or
station
drastic.
blown up.
We can bring them in.
All right.
So yeah,
Somebody needs to go get the pepper shaker.
But it vanished.
Is the pepper is your husband salt or pepper in this situation?
This is the hologram is the salt.
Okay.
My husband is the pepper.
Okay.
all right.
Good to know. That makes more sense when you put it that way.
Does your husband count as one of the hands? Because then we've got too many hands.
No, he's the object in the hands.
So he's the pepper in the hands.
Does each
Yes.
finger represent a group member? Never mind.
Hey. What?
So there is there's a strip of
Yeah.
we got some more beans.
6.
Yeah, we did.
Beans.
So Rose,
beans.
she's like, all right, move on. 6 beans. All right, fine.
Penalty.
I don't know why Silver Rose. I don't
Penalty
know why I just
beans.
assumed, but Silver Rose like move on with this whole analogy. Beans. All right. So
So
we're meeting.
There's
here.
an area between that location and sort of like outside this room, and there's the bar nearby, and there's the docks. There's like an area between, and she's saying that area, this like our large open space, would be a great place to do our little distraction.
Fair. So let's do that. Let's head back to the hut, I guess, to Durga. Let him know what's up.
Sure.
Okay.
Durga.
Durga.
You head to Durga. He lets you in. What is the password?
Huts are lit.
Bro.
And he pulls away, and the door opens up. You guys are allowed in the space. The blue light comes on
As the-
above the grate.
As the door opens, like psych, and then just like walk in. But
The
Closes shut.
you're above a grate, and you knowingly, you understand what you're standing above.
yeah. And so, at that point, I'll be like, Durga, remember how I said you needed to give me all the information?
Yes.
You didn't.
What did I not say? And he slams his hand down. Oh,
Why on earth, or what planet are we on?
Ordmantel.
Why on Ord Mantell would they have taken the hologram in the first place? You kidnapped her husband.
Whose husband?
The leader of the Velvet Blade.
Velvet rope.
I was thinking dagger, but the leader of the Velvet Blade.
And he slams
like
his
a
hand
thread,
down and
like-
says, "Lies!"
And so I'll just know it, like, obviously look down below me and be like, he's here. Do you want the hologram back or not?
What are you proposing?
Simple. Trade.
And you will be there to guarantee its transition.
That's the plan. We've already met with them, and that's the agreement. That's how we found out about him. It's simple. Or you can go back to Vader and tell him that you were willing to value the life of one man over his hologram.
He cringes and says, "Fine, you've made a good enough point. I'll send my men."
So I'm going to recall, did she say that he needs to be there? The hut needs to be there as long as the
he
husband's there?
doesn't
Okay.
need to be there.
Why do you
no.
have it 726? Should be 729. You did not math that right.
That's fine. We need 3 more beans.
Because it was 6 when it was
He's
723.
like, just for that, you get 8 more beans.
I don't care. 729.
All right. So yeah, I'd be like, fine. Let's do it. Can we? I guess we should probably flash back and say that we called our crew and let them know to meet us there.
Yeah.
Do
Roll the flashback.
I need to roll that?
You have to. It's the rules.
So that's pretty decent. That's a 5. Yeah, I flashed back perfectly.
Perfect.
So I called our crew on the comms and let them know what's going on.
T-less guy, Grusk, licks and tricks.
Yeah. So I rolled an 11 plus. What is it? Wisdom for flashback?
Intelligence.
It's wisdom.
Oh, is it?
So
Yes.
it's
No,
just
it's
an 11.
intelligence for
Yeah,
flashbacks.
that's right.
You're right. Certain realities is
So
wisdom.
it's still an 11.
You're good.
So can I say that we also? I don't know if that's good enough to say we also reached out to the people in the bar, or would that be another one that we need to do?
You're gonna have
Your
to.
intelligence is, you don't get a bonus on it?
I think contextually, you guys could probably.
Like the flashback was we were gathering the other crews.
Yeah, that's fine. You got 'em.
Okay.
No big deal. I like it.
So I don't know if like you were just like, hey, you went back to that dude and was like,
I mean, it was part of our plan.
yeah,
Yeah, you're
like,
good. You made the plan. It's happening.
Okay.
You guys are walking out. You guys are escorted by a large contingent. I'll say large as in like 10 guys of thugs plus the husband. He is got a bag over his head, and he's escorted by chains, a wrist bound and ankle bound as he's being pulled along. He's wearing rags, and he is being escorted by you all now as you walk.
Ragtag.
Yep, you walk down the pathway towards the main thoroughfare, and you see a group of thugs having a conversation with the Trandoshan. And the Trandoshan says, "You! You're ugly!"
And I'll just kind of be like, who are you talking to?
And then he turns around and he goes, "I was talking to that group, but you're even uglier!"
I hate these guys. Trandoshans are the worst.
Never marry one.
So are there are there Imperials around by chance?
Oh, come on, I need music. I need like intense. Here we go.
So are there like Imperial people patrolling or whatever?
Yeah, there's enough stormtroopers and, like I said, Imperial officers over by the dock. It's on the other side.
Okay. Just in the area.
Mhm.
Okay. So for example, if something were to break out,
They would
be
definitely
there.
be an arm in the
Alright.
in the
Just to be clear, we're staging a fight, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm guessing. So that was Grusk, and he was saying that to the thugs,
To the thugs.
And then to
which
you.
are the thugs are the dudes from the bar.
The
Yeah.
bar dudes.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll call them the thugs.
Okay. So
The young thugs.
all right. So then, do they start to fight, or
They seem to be about
Playing
to
into it?
fight. They're
Okay.
playing into it. They're leaning into it.
I'd be like, man. So like, I wouldn't consider myself a badass if I just let some single Trandoshan name call me like that.
So wait till we get closer.
Yeah.
And then you see as
I'm just gonna
Grusk,
kind of building stuff.
Grusk like points and he says,
No one would cover their face if they weren't that ugly.
So as we keep moving,
Drex just goes.
Who are you laughing at, Horn Man?
I just me.
one
So
of the
are we-
thugs is like, yeah, he's dumb.
so are the Velvet Blade close? Or can we see them
You
yet?
do not see them.
All right. So we'll keep moving. I'm like,
Oh wait, until we are we like close to them yet?
Yeah, you're in the thoroughfare.
I say so. I say hold on, and I physically walk in front of our party and stop them. And be like, hold on, who do you think you are, huh? And I kind of look to Tenzai to
and
come with me.
yeah. So I'll kind of like pull back a little bit and kind of put my hand on my hilt of my blade and kind of walk that way.
You can't just go around like that insulting people. You don't know who you're insulting. It might be someone who's dangerous.
And you're talking to Grusk?
I'm talking to Grusk and the group of
Yeah.
men.
The thug is like, yeah, but you didn't hear me. I said you're dumb.
Can you believe this? And I look to see if Ewan, not Ewan.
He's not in this one.
No, his name is Jeeve.
Jeeve.
Steve of the J.
If Jeeve is standing like behind the escort, like kind of in position,
Sure.
and then say, you know what? I think you are pretty stupid. And I'm gonna quick draw and shoot, and start
Shooting one of the
hut escort
group. All right, I love it. Yes, I get to hit the button.
And now the beans.
Yeah.
No, not the beans.
Oh, okay.
No, the beans. It's coming.
Spill the beans.
Where's the button?
How's that not been said this whole time?
Oh, it's this one.
I just said it.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. So you take a fire. Go ahead and roll a volley.
Rolling to volley.
There's too many people involved to be keeping track of damage, so it's only going to affect you should you fail.
Okay.
Volley.
We're just gonna be dropping people.
Volley. Well, I only. It's plus
we were
dex.
staging.
Plus dex, yeah.
Well, he's killing somebody.
That's great. 7.
7. Yep. Deal your damage, but also choose one. Hold steady. Take what you can get.
I'll take.
Yeah, take what you can get. You're staging the fight. Hit him in the shoulder. Boom.
Yeah.
He goes, ah! Hey, I'm on your side. And then as he does that, he grabs at his shoulder, and then you see a blade sort of emerge through his hand where he's holding himself, and then you see one of the assassins is behind him.
Oh.
And then she pulls her blade, and it sort of vibrates in her hand. And then that guy sort of drops. And then you see as Gwish is that woman, and she sort of runs around and says, "You can't have either," and is sort of backstabbing you, and is going to take her husband and the hologram.
Does she
if
have the
can.
hologram on her?
You see that she does not currently have the hologram on her, but she's going for the husband.
And then I kind of look to Tanzai and like motion towards the husband.
So yeah, I will move quickly to get in between and draw my blade and try to... I don't want to... So I want to try to disarm her.
Okay.
Because if she's still got her blade out...
Okay, well, I meant to like let's take the husband hostage.
That's kind of what... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll get between her and the husband
Okay.
and like
I thought you were just
disarm
like,
her.
let's
and-
fight.
Yeah, no, disarm her and be like,
Okay.
yeah.
Roll to defy danger strength.
That will be a 7.
7. Okay. So you are going to get in the way, and you're not going to get a chance to disarm her, but you're also going to not allow her to grab the husband.
Yeah.
So she sort of vibroblades towards your direction and just nicks you. We're not going to do damage right now. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
But she sort of nicks you, and you're sort of in the way of this exchange. And you see as one of her other assassins sort of not appears, but just emerges in the space and then goes for another one of the thugs. Not thugs. One of the huts persons.
Yeah.
And one of the huts, and attacks and kills that guy.
Okay.
Imperials are like, what's going on here? And they sort of draw blasters, and then you see a little Trix Banto reach down into a bag and pull out a rocket launcher.
Nice.
And then
Although it's like this big.
no, it's a big one.
It's like a picnic table.
It's like a big thing on her shoulder. And she's like, ugh. And Gruss goes,
Do you need me to push the trigger?
and she goes, and he just bends down, and it blows up a large group of stormtroopers.
Sweet. So I'll be like, this is not the deal. You should be very careful with your next move.
I'm gonna hold her husband hostage at gunpoint.
The Huts are like, where's the hologram? Everybody's kind of frozen.
Ask her.
Yeah, where is it, Gish?
Gish, more like squish.
What is
It's
it?
Squish.
Yeah.
Squish.
Squish, more like squish.
Squish
Yeah,
TV.
you Quish. So she goes, and then you see the third assassin, sort of just like pops up out of a grate in the ground, climbs out, pushes herself up, and then has like the little circular device in her hand. And she's like holding out her hand, and she's like, it's right here.
Hand it over. Throw it.
We're not the ones that started to back this double cross. We've held up our end. Hand it over now.
I don't care about your husband, but I don't care about your husband.
It's a good line. Go ahead and roll to parlay. It's pretty good. You see as the Imperials are now beginning to line up. There's more of them than there are any of you.
You guys want to help me?
What do you got?
How?
I don't know. You can hold your lightsaber up to him. Or
Sure.
something.
You are attempting to. You're basically attempting to help out.
I'm just trying to
I think that's what
aid,
it's called,
I
right?
guess.
Yeah. 'Cause
I believe
Yeah.
it's 8.
Aid. That's the word. Help out is a different game.
Yep.
A lot of Powered by the Apocalypse games in this channel.
Because I only rolled a 3, 4, 5,
Well,
and you rolled an 8.
I said aid. I don't think
Oh.
I don't think that.
Aid
Makes me
just
roll.
gives you advantage,
Yeah.
meaning you have another die.
All right.
It's probably gonna be better than one, unless it's not.
It's 5.
There you go.
So 8, 9.
Nice. You added your
Charisma.
Charisma. Okay. Cool. So she says, this is a 9, you said. She says, fine. 10 more
10
beans. You can have,
From Michelle.
That sounded
can
like
have-
she's like, fine, 10 beans, and I'll do it.
Right? And we're like, all right, we gotta find some beans.
Deal.
you can have the hologram. And she tosses the hologram in your direction. Just let my husband go. You see as,
So,
Yep.
is there a way to like test it or see if that's actually the thing?
I kind of like, with the gun, I kind of do it like that. See if it pops up.
and you see in red a glowing entity wielding a lightsaber, swinging its blade down hard. And in that moment, there's an explosion out from the base of this lightsaber.
I click it off.
Well, now we know what he looks like.
And so, and the idea was then to take out the rest of the hut dudes, yeah?
Well, I'm gonna pocket it and be like, "Help! Imperials, help! There's a riot breaking out!" And I'm gonna like run.
The Huts are going like, "What are you doing?" And they try to take a swing at you. Go ahead and roll to defy danger dexterity.
And I will swing at one of them.
Okay, go to roll to hack and slash.
I'm gonna work on getting our crew out of there. If
Okay.
there's any way I can do that? I don't know.
You see the Imperial wall that is formed on the other end nearest to the dock is not going to be passable unless you guys would like to put yourself in serious harm. So you're going to have to go inward towards the city.
I only came to 6, so I take the hit.
Okay, yeah, you take the hit. Go ahead and go ahead and roll a d6.
I rolled an 8 to hit.
Yes, that obviously hits. Yep, deal damage, suffer the enemy's attack. You're going to roll a d6 against yourself as well.
Is it my damage or their damage?
You're suffering the enemy's damage.
Oh, their damage, okay.
Because hack and slash.
They take 12.
Yep.
Or
You,
no.
you kill one of them.
They okay.
You kill him. He's dead.
Yeah, they took 15.
Yeah, he's dead.
And then it's D6. Let's roll low, shall we?
But just saying that the wall of Imperials, you're not going to be able to get past that. Towards your ship, nah.
So I
I
rolled.
mean, unless you have some crazy ideas.
I'm gonna play dumb.
I rolled 2, but I have the 2 armor.
Where's
Okay.
the grate that assassin
here.
came out of?
In the middle of the thoroughfare.
Is it accessible?
It would be difficult to get more than one person in at a time.
I would.
So
You have your contingent attached to this dilemma as well.
Sure.
So it is the not just 3 of you, but the 9 of you. I think
And you said the
more
Imperial.
than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Excuse me. You said the Imperial
8.
group is between us and our ship.
Yes.
Okay.
And sure, a rocket launcher happened, but like it's just meant to like increase the stakes.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, head into the tower.
I'm gonna yell, Grask, grab tricks, and let's follow up, go down, and I'm gonna point to the grate.
So Trix and Licks hop in easy enough. The other group begin to head in that direction as well.
the thug group.
Yeah, they're all chasing after everybody. Now, the thug group sort of heads back towards the bar, just trying to get lost in that mix.
Fair.
They run away. But then you see the hut group head back towards the hut hideout, running in that direction.
Okay, and so I'm shooting assassins as I'm going to the
Assassins or the huts?
grate. The huts are running, and I'm assuming the assassins.
Assassins are going to grab their man and probably bail.
Are they gonna go the same way they came?
Depends. I mean, you're in a moment of like heated tension. What do you do?
I'm going through the.
Cool,
the
you're
grate.
going in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll drop in.
I think that's what
If,
we'll do.
if everybody's scattering, then yeah.
Cool, you guys are going in the hole. Everybody goes in the hole.
Yep.
And then basically what I need you guys to do is I basically need one of you to remember. I think it's what's called
Navigate?
struggle as one.
Oh.
When the GM calls on you to defy danger as a group, they'll describe the struggle you face. The struggle is that you're all headed towards the same location. I think to me this is a roll plus dex in my mind. So whoever wants to lead this, I'm not gonna.
So
I have the best dex.
I was gonna say you
I was
don't
gonna
want me
say-
doing dex. That's a straight roll.
So I just roll.
Yep. Roll plus dex.
All right.
Roll plus dex to
Let's
get
do-
everybody
Now,
out of this trouble.
Is there any way that in this situation I can aid him in
Yeah.
by using strength, holding the grate closed? Does that make sense? Or like trying to like close it?
I see what you're saying. You're saying being the last one and
Yeah.
then pulling it down. I like it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you aid, but should he fail, you're gonna take most of it.
That's fair. So you add an
Deja
additional.
vu, huh?
Yep.
All right. Here, what's with us indoors? I don't know.
I don't know.
This is a hole. This is like a manhole.
Yeah.
Who thought we'd be here again?
Right.
Not me.
So roll 3.
You do have 3 because he gave you aid.
Okay. All right. Boxcar.
Yeah.
Nice.
+3. So that's 15.
15.
15. You see,
Wow.
as the final man gets into the hole, the stormtroopers begin blasting down the shaft. You see that all that they're able to fire upon is a hat. Is the last thing that they can see as you guys don't go down into this pit. You are down underneath this sewer. And it starts to like, I'm going to turn off the crowd noise. It's a large group of people down here. It's very dark. What do you do? What's
Alright.
emitting light?
What's emitting light?
Lightsaber.
Okay. It's green light in here.
Well, that went as about as expected.
Not too bad.
Yes.
Could have been worse.
Everyone in one piece.
Well, considering.
Well, from this incident.
Yes.
NPCs, are you all right?
It's funny. They all acknowledge your question and respond in kind.
Okay.
So we just need to try to find another way to the ship through here.
I'd say let's get off this godforsaken planet.
Agreed. Now, remind me, but Xena said she did give us like a way to contact her.
In case of emergency, is what she said.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm going to reach out. I'm going to use that and call her.
Okay.
Be like, hey,
Well, that's assuming we made it back to the ship, though, right?
I don't know. I mean, we're not in over our heads yet. I mean, we are literally.
true.
But-
My thought is, because the whole point of this job was to get the hologram and get it back to the hut. Yeah. That was what we were hired to do. That's what she sent us to do. Correct?
That's what she sent you to do, yes.
So, us having the hologram is not a great spot.
Well, why
No,
don't we
she
take the
sent, yes,
sewers
she sent
to
you there to
hut's
get the
hideout?
hologram to the hut, yes.
Right.
Right.
So why don't we go to the hut's hideout via the sewer?
Because now we've turned on them.
Yeah.
Did we turn on them, or
Yeah.
did we?
I shot one of them.
And I killed another.
I didn't.
But you're with us.
So,
My charisma is good. That's all I'm
That's
saying.
some hopeful thinking there.
all right, we can go. Theoretically, we could go back and give it to him. Be like, we had to play the part.
Okay. Do you want to?
We can try it.
I think that's our best bet.
Do you want to give it? Do you want to download all the? Make a copy of the hologram first.
Yes, I think we absolutely should.
Drex, get your
She
little
holds
hands
her
over
adorable
here.
little hands up.
Make a copy of this. And
And
keep
she
this
puts
one
it.
intact.
She puts it in her bag. Shakes the bag. And then gives you what you'd asked for.
Where's the copy?
And she looks in the bag and pulls out the copy.
Good enough for me.
Okay.
She clicks it, and it's a blue version of the hologram.
Nice. Plays the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Well, and I think it also comes back to, do we want to give them the copy so they give Vader a fake?
But it's not a fake. It's an exact copy.
It's just a copy. And then that way, we don't have any heat. What's the point? What's the problem if it's red or not?
It would get a hut off of our backs, might send a message to the others. Vader would know that's not the real thing.
What's the point of doing that?
Better safe than sorry.
I'd say
Safe from what?
I think us having the copy is actually better. That way, if we give them the real thing, we can take the real thing back to Durga. Say, hey, yeah, we hurt some of your guys, but we had to play our part.
You've got
There was
plenty to spare.
There was a double cross. That was the only reason she'd allow us to try to pull this off. You got some of your guys back. Here's your hologram. Check it. He sees it's the real deal. Have him give it back to Vader. Let Vader know that we were the ones that got it back for him.
Why would we want Vader to know that? He's hunting us.
But there's some goodwill there.
I don't think that's how
no.
Vader works.
Nope.
I know you're very unfamiliar with this man.
Besides the fact that he can't fight.
Like I said, I think I know that you don't know his reputation as well, but he's not a man that forgives
Meh.
or forgets,
Same.
if he's even a man at all.
But regardless, we go give this to Durga and get the hell out of here.
Yes, I agree with that. And let's give him the real thing so that Vader doesn't like it. Durga doesn't get mad at us for giving him a fake one.
Works for me.
Alright.
Okay. Head back to Durga.
No additional beans at this time.
No additional beans.
No, there's not.
So you head deeper into the sewer. And along your way, you smell. It's not good. Cities
I think I'd be used to it.
don't smell good in the sewer. Just want you to know that. Not in Star Wars land. So you are walking around, and something moves in the water.
Thank Ferric.
Keep moving. But keeping an eye on where it was. like actually watching for it.
Why don't you discern realities? Are you also going to discern? I see.
Me too.
Man, it's 3 discerns.
Yeah, I got nothing on that.
8.
That's a lot of questions, guys. Okay, ask one then.
I didn't get it. I rolled poorly. Oh,
And mark a failure.
8.
Cool, I love it.
Me too.
So Tanzai is not seeing Jack.
it's too dark.
So he gets on his knees. He goes to the edge of the water.
I didn't say that.
Your failure said that. He's looking, getting close.
Doesn't say anything about failures on that.
What is about to happen?
When it in the dungeon world rules, it says if there's no fail state, you make one.
Fair.
What's up?
So he just becomes a horror movie trope.
Yep.
I got an 8, so... what did you ask?
What is about to happen?
And we each get 2.
We both get 1.
We each get 1. What's about to happen, and...
Do you really want to ask what is about to happen?
what should...
It's just a segue. It's just a segue.
what should I be on the lookout for?
Oh, that's a good question. What should be on the lookout for is creatures, homie.
Yeah.
Things live in the sewers, especially in Star Wars land. Things that are unnatural. Things with tentacles. Things with limbs. Things that are long. Things that are short. Things that are fat. Things that are butt ugly.
This is from like a storybook.
No, this is from the Death Star.
And you see a tentacle go around Tanzai.
To grab my blade.
And
Hack at it.
Yep, I love it. What's the question was, what should I be on the lookout for? Well, what was your question, Chief?
What's about to happen, but I kind of want to change it.
Okay, what are you going to change it to?
What here is useful or valuable to me?
It's a great question. What here is useful or valuable to me is that you look and you realize that the water in the sewer is not super deep. You could stand in it. So Tanzai is not going to be completely lost if he gets pulled in. All right.
So I'm gonna try to swing.
Yes, so it begins to
Chop it.
pull. And you're like, whoa! You hold yourself up and you try to swipe at it with one arm.
Since I had the lightsaber out for light, does he get 8 on that or no?
No, he's the one attacking it.
So that is. So I rolled a 6 plus 2, so 8.
8.
So I'll suffer its attack.
Yep. Its attack is just a pull. So you
Okay.
do slice it
Okay.
after it pulls you in.
Okay.
So it yanks. You splash into the water, and then you pull. You kind of sort of hit yourself at the bottom. Now you're wearing this hat, but you are going to slice its limb.
So that will be 8 damage.
That's super helpful. What about your weapon is really cool?
And that's it does stun,
It does stun while he's in the water with lightning. That's a good idea.
but that would mean no damage. It's sharp, it's messy and forceful.
Ooh, messy. I like that. So guess what
So-
happens?
So yeah, it causes a mess when doing damage, and it can knock back as well.
So it's sliced off. You slice its limb, and it takes some damage, but it is like beginning to thrash in the water, and it sort of hits you with this force, and sort of you're smashed against the side wall. Not for a ton of damage, but just you're gonna struggle to get out of this water as it sort of thrashes.
Okay.
You're all there as well. What do you do?
So I
shoot it.
yeah, I was gonna say I took one of its limbs, right? Is there a way to
Can't see it. They're underwater, splashing, thrashing. You also don't want
But
to
it's
hit
not
him.
deep. We can stand in it.
You can stand in it.
So I would think it's shallow and we can see what's going on.
So I'll
It's
just-
murky sewer water.
I'll just try to stand up and jump out.
Not as murky as you think.
It's murky.
It's not.
Okay.
I'm gonna just
It's
try to
Star
stand
Wars.
up and jump out. Would that be a defy danger
2 things
strength?
I know.
Does that make sense?
Defy danger. You're trying to do defy danger.
Strength.
Strength. I like it.
Just-
Yep. Just pull. Power through out. Get out.
Just get out.
Yep.
So 9.
9. Yeah, you can totally pull yourself out. Except you step out. You get on your one limb. You get your leg up, you pull, you're finally standing up, and then you see as you have helped and you've pulled this thing out with you, and it releases your leg and begins to worm around and is going for some of your friends. What do you do?
I shoot
Hack and
it.
slash.
You shoot it. Now you can shoot it. Go ahead and roll to volley.
I swing at it also.
Hack and slash.
I got a 10.
10, that for sure does well. Yep.
9.
9.
I will. Yeah.
I'll even go as far as twin strike just to add a D4 since I have that second saber.
So you're going to roll, if you rolled a 9 there with suffers the enemy attack, you're going to roll a D10.
Yeah, that's the damage.
I mean, you're going to roll a D10 against yourself.
Okay, that's fine.
So
but
12.
12.
I will. I rolled it was a 10.
It's taking 20.
But I'm going to suffer the attack, but deal extra D6 damage.
Okay.
That's a D8 for me.
Nice.
because I used twin strike, I got that D4. So I did 10 damage and took 3.
Okay.
On a D10, a D6, and a D4, I rolled a 3. Plus 2 is a 5.
Wow. Well, lucky for all of you attacking it at once, it dies. However, anybody who rolled the 7 and 9 result there does need to take a
Oh,
D10.
I missed this. 5 beans.
5 beans?
5 beans.
5 beans.
Uh-oh.
Thank you for the beans. Thank you for the beans.
A bean revival.
Stuff of nightmares.
Yeah.
44. So it's... Here we go. 744.
All right.
A lot of beans.
Yes, it is.
All right. So, you all manage to escape this creature as you kill it to death.
Fatally.
Yes.
It's not going to come back later and haunt
It's
us.
for sure dead. This trash compactor monster.
They have a name.
I walk on like the little curb
Yep.
sidewalk that's outside the water.
Yep.
For the rest of the
Like eagerly waiting something. Eventually you get to sort of a section that you understand is a drainage. And using your spelunking dungeoneering skills, you understand that you're probably underneath this little pathway would get you in the you know where that grate was that you guys were standing on? This is the drainage for that.
Oh, okay.
Now you know that up there is like a prison and you're gonna have to escape this area, but this is the way up into the space. Licks and Tricks are riding in Grusk's arms. Careful not to get pulled into this mess. Tila's there as well, and then Sky as well.
Do you guys know your way back to the ship?
You see as Lick says, "Yeah, of course, we could go back and then get caught by Imperials."
Did they make us?
What?
I'm asking you. Did
What?
they make us?
I don't know. It was pretty chaotic there. I don't know if they're patrolling or whatnot.
Well, do you want to break out of a prison with us?
I don't know.
Hut
I mean,
palace?
we could wait until you kill everybody.
I don't know if we're gonna kill everybody.
We're gonna talk our way out. Hopefully.
Is it worth it to split up?
With
One of us
MP
goes with them, 2 of us go to huts.
I mean, if you want to split the party like that, I would say no, personally.
I would say no, but we also can't lose these NPCs. They're valuable.
Well,
One of them's a recurring player.
Indeed. Trix Spanto.
Just rising.
all right. Is there another? So, is it? Because this tunnel isn't only one way, right? It isn't only just to the hut place.
No, I'm just saying you've reached that
Right.
area.
So, if we can just quickly find another outspout somewhere and be like, wait for us here, we'll come get you here. You know what I mean? Like, so there's another grate that pops up somewhere else in the city.
Has to be.
Wait here, we'll come and get you when we're done.
Okay. So you guys lead them up towards a ladder, you guys help them up, and then you guys walk over, and then you're able to be in the area you want without your NPCs.
Right.
Well done.
Okay.
I just can't tell you. You have to come up with it.
Right.
Like,
No. It's like,
it's tough.
yeah, there's many manhole covers in the city. So we
Good
can
job.
find one and be like, all right, cool.
All right, so you're there.
So come up through and try to, where you show up in the prison then?
You climb into this hole. And within this hole, it's very, very tight. You try to squeeze yourself through. and you get stuck. And then the person behind you pushes you through. Ugh. And you push the second guy in, he gets stuck for a second, you can pull him through, and then finally the last guy pulls the last guy through, and you're in. It's going to be very difficult to get out quickly. That's what I'm implying.
Wants to go out the front door.
Yes, I have to set stakes just in case.
Yeah.
Then you get into this sort of open dirt space, and you look up, and there's the blue light from before, and you're hearing a conversation. But amidst the conversation, you also hear
Not good.
I don't have it. They got away in the chaos. Your stormtroopers did nothing. And then you hear, enough. Darth Vader responds, I'm done with you. He walks away, and you hear, actually you sort of hear his feet first before you see him. As you see like his foot above, like you guys are, he's right above you. Like you see Darth Vader. And then he turns around and says, have you outlived your usefulness? And you almost hear him squirm. And Durga says, no, I'll find it, sir. They can't be far. Their ship is still there. And then you hear Vader say, yes, I know. And then he sends out his goons. Durga does. The rest of his men. And then Vader, you hear more clicking as he walks further along the grate, stops for a second, and then looks down. Go ahead and roll to defy danger. Either intelligence, constitution, or dexterity.
Intelligence it is.
Con and Dex are both the same for me. So
What do you think I should do?
It depends on how you're employing your hiding here. Like, are you diving out of the way to not be in his field of view? Are you holding very, very still? Or are you using something else to hide you?
I think I'll hold very, very still.
It's a roll plus con.
yeah, I'll do the same.
I don't want to use con.
Then use dex to dive out of the way.
I'll dive out of the way.
Okay.
So I ended
13.
I ended up with a 10.
10, 13,
6.
6. I love it. I love it.
Con would have been -1.
Darth Vader looks down, and you see a blue lightsaber ignite in Darth Vader's hands. And he goes, open it. And you hear Durga say, what? Darth Vader says, open it. He waves his hand, and then the grate opens down, and you two are sitting very, very still or have dove out of the way. And then you just see a mano-a-mano look as Jeev, in a moment of panic or strength, has chosen to not move at all and is now face to face with Darth freaking Vader. Blue lightsaber in his hand. Darth Vader says, I knew I'd be seeing you again.
You missed me that much, huh? As I ignite both sabers.
And he says, you remind me of someone. Spins the lightsaber. But that's mine.
I'll make you a trade.
I'll take it off your corpse. And then he leans in and is going to go for an attack. What do you do?
Defend.
I got to hit the music. What are you guys going to do? You're just going to watch?
Yeah, just be like, this is a movie moment. We gotta see if you make
We got to let it happen. we don't want to get in the way.
We gotta let him have this. I'm assuming like we're close to this, or
Yeah.
are we far away?
You're like in this small little room. You're just
Okay.
in the dark corners of it.
I'm going to
Except for Tanzai is just not moving, and so therefore he doesn't look like he's kind of just like You dove in the darkness. Tenzai is just not moving,
Yeah.
and therefore he's not really visible.
I'm going to switch on the stun.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm going to wait for what Jeeves does.
Yeah, because Darth Vader has lunged at you.
I rolled a
he doesn't know I'm
7
there.
on defend. I'm gonna have an attack's damage and dash effects.
Okay. Have the attack's damage. Well, I need you to roll a d20.
Oh no. 5.
Okay, you take half of that.
2.
And then what was the other one?
I only get to hold 1.
Oh, yeah, so you just halved the damage. Dangerous. He's reckless.
I've still not been seen yet, right?
Yeah, you guys are, until you do something, you're invisible. So, Jeev, you're just standing there defending. You guys are going back and forth.
I think I'm scared
Good.
of Darth Vader.
I would be.
I think I'm just standing there. I'm watching.
Why not
It
throw the
happened.
holocron?
Because he hasn't seen me yet. I'm like looking at like the Grim Reaper right now. As
He's-
far
he's
as
I'm
playing it-
fighting him.
He's
Well-
playing it the way that I would if I was a real person. Like, I'd be like, yeah, good luck.
and honestly, my character is not like that. I mean, he's loyal, but he's not that loyal to you to like face down Darth Vader if he doesn't have to.
Darth Vader goes for another one unless anybody does anything else. All right, Darth Vader
what do
rolled
you got,
to
dude?
defend. He's
Like-
coming at you.
Yep.
This is your chance to play. You
Yep.
gotta do something.
Unless you're going to attack him.
I'm gonna hack and slash.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hack and slash.
Man, they were doing great till now. 6. That's a fail.
6, that's a fail.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a d20.
Yeah. Oh. 11.
11.
Yeah.
Cool. So Darth Vader, I'm going to hold 1.
Are you gonna say anything? Talk to him. Try to like. All right. So Tenzai will be like, enough, and step out from the dark,
Darth Vader turns as sharply as his neck will allow.
and I'll be like, we were coming to bring the hologram back. We've got it. Do you need it or not?
Do you resist as he forces it out of your hand?
I don't have it.
doesn't
Oh, then
have
I suppose.
I said we have it.
I see. So then he just looks at you and says, "Where is it?"
You're a smart man, obviously, and you have means, clearly. We probably don't. I'm trying to think of what he needs to say. Like, we probably don't pose much of a threat to you at this point in time, right? You've got Star Destroyers circling this planet right now. I'm sure of it. Simple deal. Let us walk out. You get your hologram. You'll come kill us another day.
I like my plan. You come to an Imperial prison. You live another day. And I get what I want.
Why the prison?
So we can keep an eye on you.
You
know-
just kill us.
I was like, so I'm gonna.
I don't know.
Can I
what to do here.
discreet?
I'm frozen in fear.
Can I discreetly open a channel to Xena?
I don't necessarily think Darth Vader's gonna stop you if you're like, I'm gonna talk real quick.
Okay.
This is an emergency.
So I'll call her. So I'll hit her in the communicator.
What?
So you said to reach out if something got out of hand, right?
Yes. Xena responds.
So, and I'll be like, and I'll kind of look up at Vader and be like, do you want to tell her what's going on?
Who are you speaking to?
So does she hear that? Or is it like,
She hears it, yeah.
like,
And she goes, "Oh fuck!"
you might have left out a few details, huh? This is the emergency that you mentioned.
I'm on my way. Good luck.
Shoot.
You have to understand that prison does not suit us. That's not part of it. I can't agree to that.
While they're doing this,
Yeah.
can I, like, every time that Vader is talking or his attention is drawn,
Yep.
I just slowly take another step towards the exit?
Yep. Okay. Go ahead and defy danger dexterity.
Okay.
How big is the room he's in?
The room that you guys are all in.
Oh, he's down here with us. He's
Yep.
not just like
yeah, he dropped in
That's
the hole.
what's terrifying about it.
How big is the pit we are right next to?
Um,
That drainage.
The drainage pipe. I said it was big enough for a man, barely.
Like we had to squeeze in.
I understand. Like I thought. Okay, the way I processed it in my head.
You're
maybe
fine.
It's just bad explaining. The way I thought it was like we were going through a hall. There's a giant pit that we all had to
No,
get
so I'm
through.
imagining if you. Sorry, it's fine. I was imagining like basically a sewer hallway essentially, and then you look up and there's like a hole that's dripping out water drainage into this space. I'm assuming because you guys have a lightsaber, you can cut the grate that allows you to squeeze through, and then once you squeeze through, you are now in this room. This room is probably no bigger than 30 feet across by 30 feet, so it's not super big, not super small. But there's a small grate, probably 10 feet by 10 feet up there where you guys had stood to have this interaction with the hut before, and now that has since been opened, and Darth Vader's now in the room with all of you.
I see.
So yes, you sneak towards the exit. What was your roll?
Dexterity?
Yep, pretty much.
10.
Wow. So he's just you slide back maybe towards the hole even more.
Yeah, force push.
You can get out if you want. Actually, I'm gonna give you the option.
I'm gonna get out, like, I'm gonna wriggle through the hole,
Yep.
and I'm gonna watch how the rest unfolds.
So you're like in the hole.
Well, I'm like
Yeah,
past the part where it's gonna slow me
you're
down.
prone in there basically. Like you're laying at an angle.
Is that
and
the
you
only
can-
option?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Because it is a man like spot. Like you could barely fit in this thing, and I'm allowing you to have your gun out there should you need it. Like you can be there.
I kind of just want to watch.
Oh, well then you're standing at the bottom and just looking up,
Okay.
and that's still a gap. But yeah,
Okay.
you can see what's going on barely. Cool.
I'm just watching.
All right. Darth Vader says, "Enough!" The lightsaber spins around the room. What do you do?
So I'm going to try to stun him.
Okay.
Yeah, good call.
All right. Roll hack and slash.
Yeah, I rolled an 11 on the die.
Okay.
So 13.
13.
Yeah.
Yep, that hits him.
So
You can hit him with a stun.
yep. So stun him.
So
So I'll be like, we need to go now.
he sort of stops moving, but you see this lightsaber that's still on its way towards you.
Okay, I'll try to get out of the way.
Can I force push it at him?
You can defy danger dexterity would be my dive if you want to do that, or if you want to block it. You want to just like strength it,
Yeah, I can try to block it.
because then
Wait,
he
so
doesn't
you're
have to
doing
roll.
what?
What? What are you trying to do?
Force push either the saber or Vader, depending on how he rolls.
You're gonna let him block it first, or are you gonna
Yeah.
force? Okay, so then you're rolling defy danger.
Oh,
strength.
so you're not aiding with that.
I can't.
Okay.
No, he's not aiding. No, sorry.
All right, so 13.
13. Still, the lightsaber hits the ground, and then you're force pushing Vader. I don't think you need to roll for that. He's stunned, so you just and Vader hits the wall.
While I do that, can I swap his and that blue one?
Yeah, you toss him his red one.
Yeah.
You're giving him a lightsaber. Why?
I'm giving him that one back, and I'm taking
Wha-
the blue one.
Why?
Take
Why?
all of
Just take all the lightsabers.
Take all the
Okay, fine,
lightsabers.
I'll just take the blue one. We'll walk out.
So
give Vader a weapon.
he hits the back. I mean, I understand lore, but like he hits the wall, and you have 3 lightsabers now.
Okay, cool. Works for me.
It's like, that would be rude.
But like the lore.
Oh, Jesus.
So Darth Vader slams against the wall, and you see as stormtroopers in a circle around this square begin to blast
so I'm
aggressively
trying to get
now that
out.
Vader's against the wall.
Yeah, that's a good call. Let's
Run.
book it.
You see, you're down at the bottom.
I like get out, and the others, they're already far away. We took care of them, right?
Yeah, they're away enough.
Okay, and I check the sewers and wait for them and be like, come on, you know.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get back through.
Okay.
So, and then I'll up the communicator to our crew and be like, just get back to the ship.
Yeah, you guys go. I'm going to say, I still think diving out of the way, we didn't resolve that, and maybe we should have. But so you guys need to dive out of the way of all these bullets.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So how do we want to approach that? You want to defy danger dexterity, probably, to just dive down the hole like a slip and slide?
Yeah, probably.
All right, so go ahead and defy danger dexterity, or you can choose to defend if you want to give yourself one more solid stance against these blasts, if you think that's going to be better for you. That'd be rolling plus con versus rolling plus dex.
It's the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the same for me. So
All right, so go ahead and roll plus dex.
Not great. I failed.
also not great.
So I
Y'all
get
are
hit.
both full of holes. I want you to subtract half your total health.
Total health.
Man.
So basically, whatever you're at, I want you to go to half of it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I need to get out of here.
And you're just blasted like crazy. You all run in the direction of the next sewer grate, but on the way, being blasted like crazy and failing, you notice at your hip, you're missing 2 of those lightsabers, and you just have the green one. Because it's 2 fails, I'm gonna take them. And you hear a like a Darth Vader. I'll get you.
Oh.
That sound that he makes. Yeah, you know what I mean. He's like that sound.
Frankenstein scream.
Yep. So he's obviously pissed at you, but you do manage to get away with your lives and the hologram. So you guys run in the direction of your ship. You guys go to your ship. You see as you're all managed to get around. These Imperials are now storming that direction, looking for you guys, but are unable to find you. So you guys head over towards this dock area. All of your friends are like, "We're ready to go." You guys ready?
Yes.
Unfortunately, we stayed here longer than a couple hours, and it costs us 744 credits.
Oh, okay. Sure.
And we'll see you next time on Roll to One.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, thanks for hanging around. Next time I'll make the beans way more exciting. Stick around for more beans, more fun, and more
I'll just pay
Star
the beans
Wars
out of my... I got it. I already took it off.
out of Roll to One. We'll catch you later. Like and subscribe. Bye.
I threw 800 beans at them.